Cheers, COD family! It's your princess. Welcome to my live stream update. War of the Last Snows is coming. It will be released on the 12th of June, and we got today all the details, and there is some spicy stuff in there. So I thought, let's make a short live stream, talk a little bit about it. What are the changes? And I'm super interested as well what you as a community think about it. If you are happy with the update or not. So let's give me some time real quick that I can check here out some stuff. Let me open that here perfectly. This is working. I hope everyone is well so far. Yeah, we got a new update mail, and I think there are some interesting changes in the update. I'm not sure yet about how I would rate this update because I just read very quick through it in the morning. So I just saw there's a lot of discussions already about it. It is more changes that I kind of expected. Of course, I miss you always first. Hi Nagao, hi Aram, hi Silas. No great height nudes or infraskin. That was a thought I had as well, because we all kind of expected that by the end of June, when the rhythm is still the same, that we get every 3 months a great heights. I think the last calfskin was around end of March, when I remember it correct. So yeah, I don't know if there is anything about great heights, or maybe they will add it later. I don't know. I would assume it will come with a great heights, and it's maybe not mentioned. To be honest, I'm not remembering 100% if we get the. Normally we saw it when we went in our city. We can look real quick. Sometimes even before the update, we saw here the new city skin, right? We could at least see it that it is maybe coming or something like this. So we have to see how it goes. Pro new infantry next season. Trust. I mean, we got some infos about the new heroes, right? So this is super excited as well. So let's have a little bit of look on the update. Let's go a little bit through the changes, and yeah, you can also tell what is your opinion about it. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream over here if you enjoy your time with me. I would appreciate it. And then we can already start. Only a new calf hero. It's like Barhorn Moo, it seems. We come through that point. I think it is not like Moo and Barhorn, right? It is just, it says epic hero. So we have to see how that goes. I mean, the first thing we get, let's go through a little bit the update step by step. The new update will release on the 12th of June. That is exactly in 1 week. Yeah, it is only, we can read it, but I read it only epic. So, but what we get is we get a new season. Season of Strife 5, War of the Last Snows is coming. I'm super happy we got a new season, and because I was worried if we have to choose about these 2 seasons we had here again. I don't like the 2 seasons, the one we played and the other was the option. I liked especially the season 3, and I liked the one more with the team up match. So I'm happy they made something new here. Warriors coming from across the land and taking their swords, determined to prevent the dragon from carrying out her revenge. Could this be end to a 1,000-year snowstorm? So they added a new season feature here, classes, to stand a chance against the mighty Frost Dragon. That means we get the Frost Dragon again. Brave warriors must go above, beyond the call of duty. Players must choose from different classes: Druid, Engineer, Herbalist, or Warlord. Learning proficiencies from their class mentor and bring unique advantages to the battlefield. I mean, that kind of looks a little bit, when we look here in the season talents, for me it kind of looks a little bit like this, right? It's called classes now, so we have 4 possibilities as well. I don't know if that includes that we can add a long-range warfare again or not. That is all open. We have not many infos about that yet. I think that G1 will still enter the season first, so we will see it. I really enjoyed the Shadow Dragon season. DB95, I totally agree. That was, in my opinion, it was the coolest map. If they fix that with the choke points a little bit from the bottom advantages, or let us choose our start region, I was totally a fan of Dragon season, Shadow Dragon season. But I also like that teaming up season we had before, right? Where you had in zone 2, zone 3, you had you were faced each another camp. You could make your allies before, and hi Venyo. Fix the final zone, and it's really good. I totally agree that the map last season, Shadow Dragon, everything was super cool. So, but here we have it already, camp versus camp and team up mechanics. During the scenario registration making phase, registered realms will be divided into A, B, C, and D class realms. A and B class realms can team up together, as can C and D class realms. Finally, teams of similar power will be matched against each other from 2 camps, the Holy Hammer and Worn Shield. The 2 camps will then compete for victory. Question is here for me, will we get the Paramount limit again or not? So I'm super excited about that one. I kind of assume it will be with the 3 Paramounts and that only 1 Paramount can be in 1 team. Hey, JLo, they messed up the season talents, not enough talent points to get the next talent. You mean, what do you mean they messed up the season talents? You mean, in summary, with the, I think we get 21 talent points? I haven't done mine yet. You mean that you can fix a second tree and get both battle things? I think it was on purpose a little bit limited, you know, that it's not. Oh, so we get team up again? Nice. Yeah, absolutely. I think Venyo is with me reading now first time through the update, so you... we get also a new map. The Frost Dragon Cinerus has murdered High King Bernac and occupied the mines of Kaelon to prevent her from taking her next step towards domination of the land, etc., etc. I assume it will probably the same Frost Dragon like we have now in the zone. So kind of the Belleron will probably be the base of the map. So I assume we get this Frost Dragon here again, right? In the map, that is, all season is good when I am on the field with my fam. I agree, but I feel like some seasons are just better than others. And but they changed the map. They said really a new map, so they made something new. You only have 2 season talent points available to spend. You need 3 to unlock the next talent. There's no more quests left. Exactly. So I cannot finish 2 trees. I totally agree with that, with you, JLo. I think they wanted to limit it, you know, that you have to choose in between a long-range warfare or if you go for the army groups. I think that was kind of the limit they wanted to do with their talents. But I'm not a fan of that season we are in. I feel like I like the if I would have been able to choose between the 2 seasons we had as option, the Calling of Courage or the one we are in, I would have gone for the other one because I thought mastery skills are super fun. But now we get that classes, yes, and I feel like this classes it could be similar to the talents. Yeah, you have here the engineering. Let me Google real quick what. Herbalist, I think that is herbalist is something with probably something with resources or so. I don't know, kind of like the resource gathering buff and stuff like this. Hi DSR, welcome. Isn't it morning for you, DSR? Good morning to you. You can finish 1, then go 1-1. I think my KVK is overthrough in 5 days. Can't wait for next KVK. Don't like the map. ODB, are you in Gen 1? Then you will be the first one who entered the new season. Hello, Princess. Hope you're having a great day all the way from South Africa. Oh, hello. Suvir, do I say your name correct? Suvir? Suvir, lovely greetings back to South Africa. Send us some sun. The weather in Germany is so not summer-like. I mean, it is okay-ish, but we have here really no summer. Send us some sun up from the south, please. I wish I got to use mastery skill with Lilia. I do agree, and I mean we come to some changes soon, and I will say my thoughts about that. I still think Great Height is going on to be on the 6th on June 27. These are I kind of feel the same. It was always that we got every 3 months we got a Great Height, so I kind of expect it will be there. So we get a new map. I'm excited for that. I didn't expect we get directly a new map again and stuff like this and new season features. I feel like we have a lot of good features with mastery skills, etc. already in the game. I still appreciate the devs bring up new features all the time. We get a new behemoth, Cherry Dias. I have no idea how to say that correct. I call him Cherry. I think Cherry is my way for now. Its blue scales gleaming like waves under the sun, thought it has made its home on its land. Its rage is said to be terrible enough to turn even the sturdiest stone to dust. I just hope the behemoths get a little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult. In my opinion, all the new behemoths they add, they are kind of cool, but for a team with a power we have in the meantime, they need, if they want to make people excited about doing behemoths, it is more a chore, yes? You join to be in the behemoths to get maybe the rewards and everything, but there is no real challenge to finish it. It's really who put in the people first, and there is not really an extra reward to have the first elite because everyone kind of has maxed the frame, so new map means fuck again. Don't worry, these are. I think because it is the Frost Dragon, I think it will be something kind of. It will be something kind of based on Valorant. That is just my assuming and guessing. Torian, welcome as well. I'm sad I'm only at 20 million power upgrade for this Great Heights. I mean, honestly, if you cannot push the 30 million and it kind of depends on what matchup you are with your Great Heights. I would probably, so I can only say for our matchup we have in Great Heights, I only push if I have the 30 million and get guaranteed my skin. Otherwise, I would just save it and go for the next one. So then Behemoth affixes. New affixes have been added to Behemoth raids and elite Behemoth raids this season, bringing a whole new challenge. I think here they wanna, there was something mentioned, I think it was in a Q&A or something like that, where you get some special extra frames when you are the first one who beat the elite Behemoths. So I think that is kind of a cool thing. I would either change the rewards, make them better, and I would kind of like that it's not just like who run in with the most people and then the elite. It is just, it is not really much mechanics and stuff like that needed anymore in a Behemoth. It is just, yeah. So I don't know, redesign season policies with more strategic choices. I just hope we get more healing again, but I know there is a point coming later because more healing is more fighting, right? For me, I want infantry skin, infantry main. Oh my God, Torian. I do understand, but 10 million still is more power to need. I mean, it depends on what server are you playing, on which alliance you play. Because 20 million can be enough to reach the top 10, and it depends kind of in which alliance you are and what is the competition over there. Infantry skin would go hard with Garrison main. Yeah, I'm eventually gonna work on Garrison or Rally, but my goal is to be able to run 5 infantry last day of season 3 for me. Okay. So if you have a chance to get it on your Great Heights division, then we will probably see a new infantry skin for you. So they added a new event, Kurata's Challenge. The new Kurata's Challenge event is now available during the early stages of the season 1, 2, 3. Kurata. His vessels will appear in the center of the map to evade challenges, deal as much damage as possible, to receive ranking rewards and achievement rewards. I kind of expect, is that like the Shadows forts? It's either like the Shadow forts or like that other forts we had where we could get that neon last season, right? or it is just a replacement for the Shadow Forts and kind of works similar. So yeah, I think it's a new event. If it's just a changed Shadow Fort challenge, I feel like the events in Call of Dragons need some love. It is really, no one likes the events anymore. Caravan, Trial of Light, Celestials Battles, that Shadow Forts. It is all nice to have, but it could be a little bit more entertaining, right? I mean, I'm joining everything because I want the free rewards, and it is nice the rewards stay out there. You can get some hero tokens, but let's see how it is. I'm still T4. Only real complete March is at Meg. Say Lily Valen. I'm only 45 million power. Been investing in artifacts and pets though. DB, that is the way to go. These are more exemplars. Yeah, we come to that point. We get a holiday event, Summershine. I mean, it will be super similar what we know: bounty hunt, treasure hunt, quiz, Heights of Power. Fight your way to the top. Isn't that something with Great Heights, or is that, I don't know, the Automaten raid? But we have here the summer swap, and that's what I'm interested for. Swap items for rewards and enjoy all summer has to offer. Is it either that we can swap the build speeds again for train speeds or for universal speeds? Or is it that they maybe finally give us some good options for our arrows, 3Ds and stuff we have? Because what we get from scrapping when we have, I mean, how many of these things I have saved up in the meantime? I never exchange them because I feel you have to scrap them to get here some speeds, and you have to scrap 800 for 1 3-hour speed up is kind of, for me, not worth it. So maybe they give us something. I mean, it would also be cool if we get a chance to change our Eliana puppets we have in our inventory one time or something like that. Oh, Vanyo, that is Great Heights. So we get the Heights of Power, find your way to the top. So DB saying I'm only 1.1 forge keys for exemplars. We come to the changes soon, DB, but I would really tell you that exemplars is, in my opinion, the priority for every low spender. So if you invest in anything, I would really invest in that artifact stuff because it makes so much difference. That what would be better if you could donate the arrows and 3Ds? I'll take them. I think for earlier seasons, that would make a lot of sense to donate it maybe to the free-to-plays. On the other hand, I remember that I paid so much gems for them because I mean, it takes forever to get them. And when you kind of bring up your city more, then you have to pay gems. And the amount of gems you pay is super high. And then they give you after for 800 3Ds. I think you paid, what was it, 1k gems for... Was it 1k gems for 100 3Ds or something like that? Or even more? I do not... It was super expensive. And now they give us back for 800 3Ds or arrows, 3-hour speeds. Is kind of crazy. Should give a shop to spend VIP points when we are maxed out on, like shields or teleports. We come to that later as well. There are some changes. It was 10 gems for 1 3D, yeah. Okay. It was a super high amount of gems, and every free-to-play low spender know we don't have much gems. Gems are very rare for us, so I don't know. But this is okay. So here we have the Great Heights, guys. Everything is coming. So and I'm super excited what we can trade. I'm all for that. I mean, the Eliana event we still have in the game. They give up more of that puppets and stuff like that. You can sometimes use it to block some enemy teleports, but that's pretty much it. And I think in my inventory I have, I don't know, 700 of that puppets or something like that. But let's look. Here we come to the new hero. Added new epic hero Marduk, Cavalry, PvP mobility available in the hero recruitment. That means we get it via the tavern. And here to your point, Salas, I don't think it is like Moo or Barhorn, which you can turn into a legendary. Because when I remember correct, last time we got that, Moo and Barhorn was announced different. Kind of, did they call them? I don't know how they called it, this kind of heroes. You can switch and pay for it to make them legendary. But let's see if that's anything good, right? Oh, so Heights of Power is Great Heights? Yes, these are. DB saying, my tower is 23 rally, 20 probably in a couple months. Gotta hit the wall with all upgrades done possible for level 24 research. Interesting with new epic hero like Terra and Naren. I mean, epic hero can be good. I mean, a lot of Caps player were using Alistair. I mean, in the meantime, adding more epic heroes in the state they are, I don't know if that is a big L or not, if he's super amazing and it helps the Caps players for sure, but I think we have also, in the meantime, enough legendary Caps players there, so I don't know if that is so much advantage. Now we come to the most important thing, and I think that is, or one of the most important things here. We get new exemplars added. They add directly 10 new exemplars. I mean, as expected, we get more new exemplars. Spring of Silence, that is is it the infantry thing? I think that's the infantry artifact I never used. Heart of Kamasi, Breath of Gigantis, that's super interesting. Dragon Scale Armor, Infernal Flame, I'm happy about that. Rattle Spear, Springblade, Storm Arrows, Mana Stone Hunter, and Springbird Feather available in the Exemplar Wish. And the Exemplar system will be rolled out simultaneously to Season 2 and Season 3. So in my opinion, add already 10 new Exemplars is a very fast way to add that to the game. It makes totally sense to add more exemplars by time, but I feel like it goes a little bit fast, you know, for the and I don't know if it was maybe better that I think I'm around 200 keys away from unlocking the exemplars. So since I see here Infernal Flame now for me and Breath of Gigantis, it was maybe better that I am not unlocked it yet, so I can wait for that and choose the Infernal Flame as well. But also keep in mind for the low mid spenders who kind of will unlock this, there is even more in the pool you get you won't use, right? For a Veil, everything is probably usable because they use all troop types. They use their infantry, they use their calves, they have basically 5 march of everything. So every exemplar they get is useful for them. For the low and mid spenders or free to play, it would only, I mean, free to play, we have to be honest. If you're free to play in that game to unlock the exemplars, I think someone did the math. It takes you, what, 4 years or something like this? So I don't know. Maybe they add something in future that free to play can kind of get access to it, but so free to play will have not to worry about that or not to think about that too soon because they're just too far away. As a low mid spender, I really recommend spend your money on the Forge of Light because there you get really much value out of it. My Gigantis is level 5, Infernal Flame level 3, so I'm happy for this. I mean, I would still use Infernal Flame has the extra buff, you know, the passive when we go through the artifacts here. On Lilia, you have the additional effect, and this is so powerful for Lilia, so I would never change on Lilia the Breath of Gigantis. So Infernal Flame is kind of made for Lilia, and I put Breath of Gigantis on other marches. I mean, I got Breath of Gigantis level 1. I think last Forge of Light I got it, so yeah, we need to see. We need to see. Okay, let's go back to this. So 10 exemplars. So DSR, I mean, I think for the infantry players, Dragon Scale Armor can be super interesting. Storm Arrows is the Blink artifact. Let's see what they add on there. I mean, I'm using that artifact on my. I'm using that artifact on my when I blink with my Gorgeous Gogol. So if that has a cool extra effect, who knows? Maybe it will be cool. By the time free-to-play low spenders unlock this, it will be so hard to get exemplar that you won't need. I agree, Chase. That is what I kind of said. When the pool gets higher and higher and higher, you get a lot of more stuff you don't need. But I mean, you have every 5th wish you do, you have guaranteed, but you can maybe pick also more what you really need, right? I think Infernal Flame is maybe on a free-to-play account more than any I don't know, any Thunder Allergy or something like this. Yeah, Dragon Scale would be good. I mean, then we get the new holistic skills. We already had a mail about it. So they basically are doing that the gathering, engineering, and peacekeeping skills, they go to an overall buff in your city. And you don't need to send out a hero to get the buffs. You just need to own the hero and get a buff, and it counts for everything you send out. It's basically all the gathering heroes. To balance it, they kind of adjusted the percentages. You get a little bit less percentages, but you get it overall. That means every hero you send out will have that gather effect. In my opinion, do we even need gathering heroes sending out anymore? Because if that's the case, you can just send out PvP matches together, right? What makes it for the farm killer a little bit more rough. I really want to know what they will do with the breast. Just it's already so good. I mean, Breath of Gigantus now, I mean, it has already such a powerful skill, so I'm interested too. It's also very hard to get that artifact because Breath of Gigantus is mostly only in the pool in Forge of Light. So it only when you get something from the unlucky one. I don't know, do we have still Forge of Light? Yeah, we still have it. So Forge of Light is never available that you can. Let's go into it here. Breath of Gigantus is never available that you can choose it, right? So the only way is, I think, in the first Forge of Light in the season with Mages and Artist artifact, Breath of Gigantus come up here. So it is really hard to get. Gather heroes will still get more as they still get their own skill on top of overall. Okay, good to know. Thank you so much. You have would gather speed by an additional, okay. Are you sure that they still get the extra skills? I thought that becomes holistic skills, right? They have their skill tree. You are right, DB. See, so you get all the engineering, peacekeeping buff, gathering buff. We have. I think that is kind of something what is announced. For me, that is kind of a neutral thing. I kind of think they wanna test something. We can maybe. The only interesting part on that holistic skills is that I can maybe expect they will bring holistic skills to other heroes as well, and then it gets interesting, right? When it goes to the PvP heroes. Hero skill improvements. Here. We had that already. Yeah, here's the hero. That is for me. I read that earlier and was like, where is my Sunderland, what they announced. But maybe I overread it, but I didn't find her here. To improve combat balance and your better experience, changes have made to the following hero skills. Super interesting DSR for you as well. Garwood hero skill has been changed. Previously increased the HP of all garrisoned army by 10% while garrisoned in a city or stronghold. Now the Legion gains flat 10% HP. So it's not a garrison skill anymore. So every infantry player kind of get a 10% HP buff when they have Garwood out on the field. So he get even more tanky right now, right? Madeline's infantry attack has been changed to overall. And her hero skill, Steel Sentinel, has been changed. Legion deals 15% more counterattack damage, and all infantry units in the Legion gain 15% HP. The Legion deals 15% more counterattack damage, that stays the same, and gains 15% HP. So if you would use her with another hero, and not only with infantry, you get that HP buff. So that is a buff day for the infantry players, right? And I think Madeline, I don't know, did anyone use it with calves yet or something like that? I mean, that would only make sense to get out the infantry units here if you use that with another hero, right? Because you basically use it with infantry, so this change only has effect if you would use Madeline with something else, right? So I don't know. I don't know if that is so much power. But Garwood definitely is a big W. I mean, okay, we come to the next one. Archers got buffed as well, guys. It's archers and infantry today. Guess you can do Hosk Madeline with calves. I mean, something like this, yeah, right? I mean, that is definitely a change for using Madeline with other troop types. Nico's engineering tag has been changed to PvP. And that is, in my opinion, a huge buff for the archers. Previously increases engineering by 10% when building. Now, when entering the battlefield, the Legion gains Vigor, HP 10%, and haste march speed 15% for 10 seconds. This can be triggered every 30 seconds. Big buff. Change a completely engineering skin for a 10% HP and 15% march speed for 10 seconds. And it is directly active when entering the battle in field. Then they fixed Freygar, additional an archer buff. Previously, when launching a normal attack, they have a 20% chance to gain haste, increasing their march speed by 30% and reducing the target's legion's rage accumulation speed by 20% for 5 seconds. Now, when launching a normal attack, the legion has a 20% chance to launch a normal attack to an enemy on another target. I mean, that is kind of crazy, right? That is kind of AoE, right? 20% chance to launch a normal attack at an enemy other than the target. So that is an AoE skill for Freygar right here, right? For the next 5 seconds, the Legions gains also haste, march speed 30%, and the target loses 20% accumulation speed. So this didn't change, they just added that she's doing AoE with normal attacks. So that is kind of crazy. And what I'm missing is, do you all remember that mail? Where is that with the, was that in that update mail? Yeah, here, look at this. They said they made changes for Madeline, Garwood, Nico, Freygar. I can see them. And we are missing Theodore, Tohar, Mokro, Danfel, and Sandalin. So right now, the Chaos player no buffs, the mages no buffs. They just added the chance for an extra normal attack. Yeah, but it is kind of AoE, right? So I mean, I feel like that is okay, and I think Sinrin Freygar kind of needs some buff as well. The Nico, we will see how. I mean, guys, if I have here the archer mains in the stream, what is the best pairing for Nico? Is it Kynera, or what is the best, or with any new hero, that Falgrim or Sybil? What is the best pairing for Nico? But I miss out on a Danfil Mokro buff. I kind of think they will add it to the future updates, right? Step by step. Kynera Falgrim, okay, I think. Kynera or Falgrim, okay. So which is better, Kynera or Falgrim? You archers main can tell me. Kynera better, Suvi saying? What venue said? I mean, because I have to invest in one when I go. My plan right now is I thought a lot of time what is my future plan, because everyone knows I'm a mages main, you know. I'm super good prepared for a mages setup. But I feel like the way they announced that they will do something for Archer, maybe with the same range, or even if they do not the same range. Yeah, Falgrim is Sybil. But if you have only, you have to see, Archer will be my second troop type. So I need to make something I can get easy and make it good. I haven't really tested Nico with Falgrim, but Sybil is better with Falgrim than with Kynera. So I use Sybil Falgrim and Nico Kynera. I mean, when you can maybe test that for me. One time, maybe in a battle, I was kind of like a Nico Kynera versus a Nico Falgrim. So we get here, I think the Nico buff is insane. I think also the Garwood buff is really good over here. We get artifact skill improvements. Okay, improve the Mana Stone Hunter skill, Mana Stone Navigator. After a short charge creates a Mana Stone with a percentage chance of creating a legendary Mana Stone. After a short charge up, creates epic or legendary Mana Stone at a random location near the Legion within a chance to create a legendary Mana Stone. This Mana Stone can only be gathered by the Legion that created it or friendly Legion or other friendly legions. It can be gathered up to 5 times and will disappear after 10 minutes. Okay, that means if someone gets a good attack stone with the... funny part, I don't have this artifact yet, right? Hello, Toulouse, how are you? Welcome. I know SP is splitting them. Okay, interesting, Venue, that I have maybe to ask SP. I talked a little bit with him about archers a few days ago. Maybe I have to ask him that as well. How I can pair that, Nico. So you basically can, it can be gathered up 5 times, so I think that is including yourself. So 4 other team members can get a good attack down. So it is a nice chance. So Exemplar will guarantee legendary. What do you? The Exemplar. There's probably something like that. I mean, isn't it guaranteed already when you have the 100% here? When you have that artifact leveled up, it gives you already a 100% chance of creating a legendary Mana Stone. No, here is now, No, here it is. Look, it will be with a 100% chance to create legendary Mana Stone. I do not know yet what is the additional effect with Exemplars. Maybe you can even get a better Mana Stone than we can get at the Behemoths or something like this. So finally, what we are looking for is here with merit improvement a little bit. Increase the number of merits gained by players who defeat level 4 units during Season of Strife. Everyone noticed that when you are fighting T4s, you get less merits, right? Hi, Animal. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I got my afternoon coffee here and just reading through the new update, just checking out a little bit what is going on. What are the changes? And I'm always happy I get some help here from from the community over here. Sybil Nico works as well. We really need to test that, archers. Improved risk warnings. Improve the calculation method for risk warnings when deploying legions for peacekeeping. When a legion's strength is lower than enemy you want to attack, you have to not deploy a deputy or equipped artifact or warpad. A guide will appear. Okay, that is probably for the early starting seasons that they can get a little bit help how to defeat the peacekeeping stuff. Risk warnings have been added to Behemoth Trials and the multi-deployment page depending on the strengths. Okay, Behemoth Trials. Is Behemoth Trials is the Dragon Trail, right? That's that one here. Yeah. So I mean we have finished that. So in kind of the state of the game where we are, that is not an interesting part. Fob is gonna laugh at. What do you mean, the peacekeeping stuff? Oh, you mean the T4 units? I mean, it is right now when we are fighting against T4. It is you kind of don't want to like fighting T4s because the merits are super bad. On the other hand, I think they have to do something for the T4 players as well, that they not totally get obliterated. The T4 skills merits. I'm not saying they are bad, it's just for me, Fulgrim, Sybil are just better. Anmol, you know me. Sure I do. I know the people who are in my streams. So, improved Legion attack target selection, improved Legion attack target selection settings. The setting will no longer be reset upon exiting the game. Improved Legion attack. I have no idea what that is. Legion attack target selection. Ah, okay. Is that when we kind of turn off that we hitting cities? Is it that one when we have our marches out? Is it the Legion management that you have not every time you log in to do that? T4 archers disappear versus T5 calves? Is it that one that you have not to do that every time? Yeah, Legion attack target selection. That is, I do really like that because sometimes you really, you log in the game, you're in the war, or you have to make a restart and you forget it. That is a huge change because that gets really annoying. And so when the moment the war starts, you just turn everything off, and then you have never to change it again. That is a big W. That is just for playing more comfortable. RAC pushing RFF if you need some content. We can look at that soon. I just want to go first. But Chase, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Anmol saying, are you in the partner program of Call of Dragons? Yes, I am in the content creator program of Call of Dragons, and I'm an official content creator of Call of Dragons. Exactly. But I'm not. There are different tiers. There are 3 tiers. You can be the first tier. The highest tier is the partner, like Chisgul and Hulkstness from the game. And then we have a kind of tier 2. It's called Associate or something like that. And I'm in the second tier. And then there's a third tier that is for newer YouTubers who are doing. And I'm in the second tier in the content creator program. So it's not called partner. It's I think it's you're just content creator for Call of Dragons, I think. So let's look at this. I'm looking at RAC soon. Improved Legion organization, Legion auto organization. When selecting multiple Legion of any type while marching, they will automatically get into formation. When selecting multiple legions of any type while marching, they will automatically get into formation. Okay. It's probably when you send different troop types with different speeds or something, they go into one formation or something like that. To improve combat balance in Season 1, marksman units have a new unit skill. Marksman and major units have a new unit skill. When hit with a ranged attack, they will launch a counterattack that deals 50% counterattack damage. This skill only takes effect in Season 1. That's kind of interesting. Is it worthy of promoting Call of Dragon in India? I mean, I do think it is worth it, promote that game, because I personally feel that game is, in my opinion, the best PvP game out there. So I do feel like the more promotion we have, the more content creators we get. And I like when the content creators are from different countries, yes? So the people who maybe only talk French, I have a super good content creator buddy with me in my own alliance, EIS. He's doing super in French. We had Happy VP, Berlioz YouTube, Berlioz, I hope I said it correct. French people can listen there when they are maybe not speaking English. We have Russian content creators. We have, I think we have Vietnamese content creators, etc. So the more kind of different languages we have, the more countries can see, the more content creators. I think that is kind of the goal. Is Great Heights here now? I'm ready to push. It is coming with the new update, and the update is on 12th of June, and then we have to see, probably needs another 10 days or something like that. Hi Nitin Saha, welcome here. So now we go into new stuff, personal development improvements, SYIP system now available. The Unit Merchants Guild of Tyr has overrolled honorary membership system, introducing a new SVIP membership tier. So here is what everyone, I think someone asked before it in the stream, that our honor points we have stocked up can now used in a SVIP store. In the store, honor points can be exchanged for SVIP points, which can be used to purchase marching effects, battle cards, whatever battle cards is, profile decorations, and other unique items. So here is the question, is that only cosmetic too, question mark? The new cosmetic system is here. You can access the system from the same place in your city as before. Use it to equip the various custom decorations you have unlocked and make your city truly unique. So is that kind of combined that it's only cosmetic? Or does a marching effect maybe have a buff? I mean, if you ask me, not everyone want to hear that, but I'm not a big fan of making only marching effects and stuff like that without a buff. Make it only decoration. That's personally me. I'm not used in that. I know Rock has only cosmetics, but I know many other games they have. I mean, for sure, you don't want to have a marching effect of 20% attack or something like that. But even if you give a small buff, 0.5% attack, 1% attack, something like that, I would like to see that you have kind of a goal to go for and save up for. And so yeah, but we get a new cosmetic systems. I think cosmetic is also what people like to kind of look a little bit different than others. So it will be nice to see there. So yeah, now we come to a special thing what I totally like. I totally regret I spent 200 regions last night because reduced chances of receiving a B class attributes when regenerating creates an 8 skill card slot. I mean, how often do we have that? We finally get 8 slots on a regeneration and the attributes are just not good. So yeah. Maybe I should promote in South Africa. Suvir, go! We always need more content creator. So this is, I think, I really hope, because everyone is kind of tired of regenerations endless. So let's see how often it takes place. In my opinion, what I get so often is that I put 150 regions and I only get epic. I feel like they should guarantee the legendary one. Maybe not every 20, but maybe every 60 or something like this. Because sometimes you just get the epic and then the timer resets new for the 20. So exchange house improvements. I totally like that. The weekly purchase limit for 0 stars has increased to 100. And storage space. What is storage space? Is that like how you can overtake it to the next week? Or is it a storage space in your inventory? I kind of assume that if you don't use the 100, it takes over up to a maximum of 800. The weekly purchase limit for 1-star skills has been increased to 15. I think it was 5 before, right? And when you want to release your talent skills properly, you really need them. So this is a big, huge W for me, that you can buy more 1-stars. RFF activity is crazy, Nitin. Oh my God, we have to... How much do we have? We have still a lot of stuff here left. I mean, let's have a quick look over there. We go back. We have another good. When you will laugh, the new. Oh, look at this, guys. We are looking into that war soon. Here's RAC. These numbers are huge. But for now, it's kind of more for me like a gathering up. So I think we can go one more time and finish a little bit the new changes, because there's a good one coming. Here, Timeless Treasury skill improvements. Increase the duration of the Sanyu skill Timeless Treasury in Season 3 and Season of Strife 4 from 4 hours to 24 hours. So that kind of means we get the Timeless Treasury store again, right? I mean, that is called Season of Strife 4, right? No, that is the Season of Strife 5. Okay, then we maybe don't get it. I was thinking, I hope we get a Timeless Treasury again, because it made so more fighting possible. Fight just stopped, you're late. I know. Maybe they do another push and then we can look after. So, okay, so, I mean, everyone know it was kind of 4 hours you had to buy it out. For me, the time limit was no issue, because I kind of like that a lot. I hope we get it again, because it makes so more fighting possible with free elixir. Season of Strife matchmaking improvements. Change auto matchmaking rules for unregistered realms, so you cannot only skip 3 times now. You get signed in automatically for a Season of Strife if you fail to register twice. That is a good change to see. Battle Abyss, when players in realms are still in the pre-war phase, take part in Battle Abyss. Oh, it's only in the pre-war phase. It's not in the war phase. I would like to have that in the war phase. 50% of any SAF wounded they receive from battle will automatically healed for free in the hospital upon leaving battle. Should that not be in the KVK also? But I mean, in the KVK, if you have a good KVK, you don't need a Battle Abyss. So maybe I feel like that is a good change, because in my opinion, you got a lot of Hospital of Battle Abyss, especially if you want to play a little bit aggressive. So it should not damage you so much that it kind of reduce your fighting abilities on the field. Migration improvements. Significantly increase the number of season migration places from 150 to 300. That is a huge change we would have needed before we went to a new server. Now you can directly, because when your server by time gets kind of full of dead weight, you have maybe by time to change the server. A lot of alliances did it, yeah, and you kind of rebuild your alliance with active players on a new server. The problem mostly is that you can only bring 150 people in the first wave, so you kind of one season play not with a full team. That is changed now to 300, so Battle Abyss was horrible in Home Realm with so little elixir. I do agree. Then we have here the Life Bloom Store improvements, changed items sold at Life Bloom Store, adding a certain number of Life Bloom potions sold at 90% resource cost discount, while keep these prices and amounts the same for Life Bloom potions purchased using merits. So what I read that is you just pay less merits to get it, right? Sold at a 90% resource cost discount. So that is kind of, I think they make the resources or they're cheaper. You get salary in a partner program. If you want to have more infos about the content creator program of Call of Dragons, I would recommend you contact the content creator program directly, and they can give you all the infos about how the content creator program works. Because that is all going over them, and they will introduce you if you're interested to become a content creator in Call of Dragons. Alliance building improvements. Alliance buildings cannot be built and cities cannot be relocated within... we have here now the bastions improvements. Alliance buildings cannot be built and cities cannot be relocated within a given range of Alliance siege bastions. Check War RAC pushing again. Okay. Oh, that is a cool animation, guys. So RAC is coming here over. Let's see if we can get... RAC needs to come through a choke with the... It is rough if you have to push with the reinforcements and everything. But RAC is back. What is the new update? New exemplars, Genesis. So basically we got... Did we already read through the new heroes? I think I missed that part for new caps. We get a new epic hero, we get new exemplars, you can get cosmetics. There will be marching effects and stuff like that you can buy from honor points. So that is kind of the summary right now. That's a hard defense to break. Nitin saying, agree. Oh, George is here. George saying, hi, this is amazing update. I mean, George, are you fully free to play? I think you are. Is that an amazing update for free to plays? Even more exemplars there. But I feel overall they have good changes. We come to them as well. I mean, this is the situation here. What RAC has, right? But I would say, I mean, RFF has crazy numbers here, right? They have crazy numbers. Prune new exemplars is crazy too soon. I mean, let's go real quick back in here. I mean, there are 10 new exemplars. So look here. Spring of Silence, Heart of Kamasi, Breath of Gigantus, Dragon Scale Armor, Infernal Flame, Rattle Spear, Spring Blade, Storm Arrows, Mana Hunter. So 10 more, I said the same. I think it's too early. Good morning, bom dia, Marcello. Welcome to the stream. Guys, don't forget to drop a like when you join the stream here to support a little bit my YouTube channel. Will affect game a lot. Yeah, I mean, that changes are crazy. I mean, Garwood and Nico skill is crazy changes. Did we look into the Cavs heroes, the new Cavs heroes, the new infantry heroes? We get, they are not coming yet, right? No, they just make improvements to that. So, here is the Bastion's improvements. So you cannot relocate close to a siege bastion. Here, important as well, when your legions take AoE damage from garrisoned armies in enemy passive cities, rallies, buildings, but are not besieging the buildings themselves, no SAF wounded units will die. I mean, that is kind of like the AoE from the Goresh, when a city was hit, when the bastion was hit, so you could basically not... If you had total open field presence beside a bastion, you got a lot of that. There was crazy reports going out. So I kind of like to see the change because that makes it a little bit more easier to take over a bastion, right? Reduces the time required to trigger battle acceleration for rally and garrison battles. So it ends faster. The changes above will only apply to servers in Season 1 or home realms or that open after the 10 update. Season servers not currently in Season 1 will not be affected. What does that mean? The above changes will only apply to servers in Season 1 or home realms. Does that mean we don't get the changes? Oh. But it says the above changes. That means the battle acceleration and that you cannot port beside the buildings applies to not to us as well. It won't change anything, right? The whole change they make is not for us. Hi, WT Focus. My boys in HXV are holding it down. Oh, I have to watch that later as well. And we have here some... Can you show merit leaderboard, Nitin? I will. Especially for new player experience, those are basic heroes, will be fun to use. I think there were some new hero pairs too. I mean, George, I kind of agree with you. Buffing Nico and Garwood kind of helps the free-to-play because those are tavern heroes. Who I'm saying that so much. I think they are trialing it. Yeah, but I mean, shouldn't they try it here in the big servers who have the big bastion fights? Because we have them all the time. I saw in many lower power kingdoms, they are making no bastion season, right? It means because we KVK now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We will see. Roots of War improvements, improved display for Roots of War rankings will no longer be shown. Improved calculation methods for matchmaking rankings, added registrants power to the registration page. We will see. I mean, I kind of would in future just like to see who is your opponent. Hey Shadows, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Improved Goblin market. confirmation prompt added when refreshing the Goblin Merchant to avoid unnecessary losses. Okay. Improved Merit Store, confirmation prompt added when refreshing the Merit Store to avoid unnecessary losses. Okay, so we get a kind of pop-up info. When the Merit Store is open, opening the Season Store will prioritize opening the Merit Store and not the Ember Store. Kind of big improvement, because I'm always so afraid that I click wrong and I buy an Ember because I just double click too fast on the iPad or so. Improved Ember Store, confirmation prompt added when purchasing items from the Ember Store to avoid unnecessary losses. I totally agree. You get asked here, if you refreshing that buffs over here, it asks you for 3 times confirmation. But when you buy an Ember from the store, you click it 1 time and you have bought it. You know, there's no confirmation or anything. So these are small little things, but that is really important for me. For the game experience to avoid mistakes. Then here, weekly deals bundle toggle. So we get a weekly deal bundle. Added a new toggle feature to the weekly deals bundle, allowing you to choose bundles based on content. We had something like this in Age of Empires Mobile. There was every day kind of like a small battle pass with 7 days. You had to do an amount of Darkling skill, you had to get so many gear or whatever. It was different tasks and they changed each week and you could buy it. It was mostly a very good deal, a very good bundle. So I'm looking forward for that. Monthly pack notification and rewards, added new claim notification and rewards issue pop-ups to monthly pack. That you don't forget to claim it. During the monthly pack valid period, any unclaimed daily rewards will be saved and sent up on to your next login. Please note that up to 30 days of monthly pack rewards can be stored. So they kind of add up when you forget to claim them. It means because we're in KVK now, it won't affect once you head back in home reel, it will take effect. Okay, Sylvia, thank you for telling me. Maybe it's a translation issue. Devs are not good at that and other things. I mean, we often saw that the wording is sometimes a little bit a problem, right? DSR, the city not being around bastions, it really won't affect us unless you randomly walk through the bastions. True. Damn, still Call of Wallet. Complex saying. I mean, it is. So but that is my personal opinion. Call of Dragons is if you are completely not playing that game yet and you are thinking about should I play Call of Dragons or not, I would only recommend it when you are at minimum a low spender. As a low spender, I think with doing smart, with having a good activity, being in a good alliance, you can make a good growth, right? But as a free-to-play, the times are hard in that game. Unless you have some whales donating you the dragon tickets, but then you're not kind of free-to-play anymore because you don't have that Lilia thing anymore. Successfully reported messages will be removed from the reporter's inbox. Only messages up to 7 days old can be reported. I mean, that is probably because so many people kind of reporting each other and blocking each other and then they cannot type in the chats. We will be soon testing improvements and changes to the certain features. Testing will include improvements to early game tutorial process, triggered unlocking of heroes at the beginning of Season 1, linking hero level limits to city level, linking unlocking of certain buildings to Season Adventures progress, and the new Questoscope system. Testing will be rolled out on players on certain servers. After testing ends, we will make the improvements available to all players based on the results of the test. Linking hero level limits to city level. So that is only for the newer servers, right? I feel called out with the whales giving me money. The number of merits that infantry legions obtain in certain situations has been increased. This change will take effect in some time after update goes live. That was already announced last time, that we get more infantry merits. Nothing changed. I even felt it got worse after. So let's see. You can always give also feedback. They always say you get some rewards when the heroes come. I did that every time, and I never received the reward when the new update came. That is really. Here it always says, all players who provide feedback from the update goes live will receive a reward from the Merchants Guild within 5 days after the update has come out. If anyone ever got that, in all updates, I always gave a feedback, and I never received anything. So this is the updates overall. So let's look a little bit here. Is RAC pushing again? It looks like they are gearing up. Who said earlier that who was it? If you have some cool links where there are some good fightings going on, I mean, you can tell me. But RAC good numbers here as well. Compared to SOS and Rock, the game is not that expensive. What is SOS? Pets are expensive now, unlike before. I can say compared to the war games I played before, which were super similar, was Evony I played before. I'm always playing kind of mobile games because that is kind of like I came to it, and I played Age of Empires Mobile, and Age of Empires Mobile and Evony was much more pay to win than Call of Dragons. I feel like I get 100 gems for my feedback. Do you get it when the new seasons come? I never got them. State of Survival, okay. When there is a directly feedback thing, sometimes you get that feedback, then I get directly the 100 gems. But this one from the new update, I get when the new update is coming and there's maintenance, I get the compensation. When EIS is fighting, so it kind of depends. We are in Zone 3 here right now. Our allies right now are RACs here Zone 2, and SSG is Zone, RAC is Zone 1. SSG is in Zone 2 here with BTX. I think BTX didn't push yet here out again. So we are the only one left in Zone 3 from our allies. I kind of expect when the Pass 5 opening is here, Pass 5 opens in 22 and 35 minutes, that probably Echo will push us from here and RFF will come via the Passes 3. So it depends. So we will be kind of in a 2 versus 1 situation in the Zone 3, or they say, no, we don't push yet. We wait till BTX come with us and make a 3 versus 1 via the Pass 6. I think that is kind of the way to go from that season, what is left of fighting. I mean, we have right now not really a push option where we can go, right? Because our Zone 2 is taken by Echo, so the only thing we have to wait till they invade us right now, right? And since we have no allies, kind of in the Zone 3s, it is just kind of a situation what is like it is. I think it's often talked about that. Oh, RAC coming over again. Final Zone Echo versus BTX incoming. I assume they will do a friendly fight for the dragon, right? There is no enemy left then in the final. Our final zone will BTX, Echo, and RFF are allied, and that will be the only one who will enter the dragon zone. So it's all allies. So they will put up something. I will wait patiently for EIS fights. I mean, we will see tomorrow if they come in through that passes or not, or if they wait to BTX to make it even. Nice, community will be happy, successful season. Absolutely. Absolutely, my worst season ever in that game. I tell you guys, my worst season. But you have to take it as it is, right? I mean, we got, that is what I like in the new update. We can team up before again. The matchmaking will be evil. I think that will make, and all that Diplo drama will go away, and I think that saves us a lot of a lot of issues like we had in that for KVK, for example, because it is never, I feel like it is also never good having a Diplo decided by only one side and the other just have to agree. Then not everyone agrees, not everyone plays with the same motivation when everyone agree. And with that team up situation, you sign up for an ally so everyone can decide a matchup, you know, or you cannot decide a matchup, but you can decide your allies. So I think that is a super good change for the game. Less drama, and you're just getting your matchup and with your allies you talked before, so. Not even the BDO season was that boring. I mean, that was, seriously, that was from the beginning I played Call of Dragons worst season ever. And I think everyone in that KVK agree with that, right? So some had some fun in Zone 2, some had some fun there, yes. But I mean, last season was super good. Last season we fight it from Zone 2 beginning till the end. The season before was super good. We fight it from Zone 2 opening till the end. So I'm used on super fight intense seasons, right? And now coming down to nothing is kind of crazy. Hopefully that makes this team selection before permanent. I mean, they kind of said that about the next season, right? Worst KVK in games history, probably. I kind of agree. I think even I mean, my first season in EIS was the season when Noir and TFS napped, and it was EIS and BXS. But even that matchup had fightings, right? We had good fights. It was at the end, I mean, it was clear who will win because the nap of Noir and TFS was a big of power advantage, but overall we still had a lot of fights going on, so the allies could in any, but what can you really do right now? I mean, strategically from the game, it was like we lost Zone 2 against Echo, the Zone 2 against SSG and BTX was like BTX was owning both Thunder Rocks. RAC and RFF kind of was a splitted zone here on that Spire. Our only chance would have been if RAC could have hold the Zone 3 here and SSG could have made it in. I mean, that was kind of the plan, right? And then kind of bring our allies in the Dragon Zone as well. And then it would have looked a little bit different. That was our only chance with that allies. I mean, the moment BTX, Echo, and RFF said they are allied, that was we had a lot of talks with SSG and RAC, so we know from the beginning, I mean, RAC stated they have a lot of dead weight, they are not a number, they are on paper, so we kind of, that was all possibilities we had, and that was our thing, what we played for, right? Right now, you just see that RAC couldn't hold in Zone 3, SSG pushed the Zone 2, but I think they kind of say, yeah, we hold that zone for now, and I think they are not. I mean, what should they do here, right? I mean, they have to go through the past 5. From my knowing, I don't know if they go in there or not. Let's see. So we have. I mean, you cannot make much out of that, right? A redeploy, in my opinion, would have made sense in that KVK a lot, especially after you saw the Zone 2s. But also that is not happened, but it is what it is now. I mean, everyone in that KVK will agree that this situation is definitely no fun. Same goes for alliances that ally number 1 and number 2. Well, a KVK with alliances that dodge and not even enter zones wholly, they all should disband. Who is dodging and not entering a zone, Veed? I think everyone entered their zones. Everyone fighted their Zone 2s and everyone went in their Zone 3, so I'm not sure what you mean with who dodged fights. RFF outperformed everyone expectation. I mean, RFF has a good amount of players, right? They have numbers. RFF and SSG. What did they dodging a fight? I mean, you have to see that was when you just look at the whole timeline from that KVK. It was the announcement that the top two and top two game alliances from the game went together with RFF and kind of said we are allies. So the others had kind of to be allies without being decided to be allies. That is only you had no other options, right? That is what you have to take from matchup wise if they kind of decide that. And I think we still had a plan. It was not like that everyone kind of gave up. I mean, that is what I say. If the plan would have worked out, that maybe with RAC and SSG in Zone 3 with BTX would have been something possible. But also this is now like it is. You know, in a KVK, you have to go with how it is. You can not predict so much things. I mean, RAC said they have a lot of that weight. They said that from the beginning, but... And I'm not mad at them. I played RAC 2 seasons ago. RAC has a lot of top players, and I do not like how people talk about RAC because RAC has really good players, really skilled players. They have their own reasons why they act like this or this too, or why they kind of had it rough. I mean, maybe they did some decisions. I mean, they should have probably not went for a no bastion agreement in the Zone 2. That is my opinion. But other than that, I have super strong players and skilled players. So RFF and SSG, they didn't enter Zone 3s. I mean, you have to see. RFF didn't enter our Zone 3. But RFF is kind of waiting for Echo to come, right? They want to kind of 2 versus 1 us here. Or maybe even with BTX 3 versus 1 now. But you have also to see but I kind of understand maybe RFF says, okay, that is the higher gap. I mean, if you have to invade to a defense, that is more hard and tricky. And so they probably say, we are just waiting to do it together with Echo. So I can kind of understand the point, right? SSG not entering the Zone 3, I mean, I said to you earlier, the plan was RAC goes in Zone 3 and kind of holds something like here in the middle, just holding, right? And SSG pushing Zone 2 at the same time and kind of make it via the Pass 5 here. And then you have RAC and SSG here. But kind of is the same situation here with RFF and Echo. So as allies, we could still have any chance going into Dragon Zone. I mean, everyone wants at the end kind of like... making out the best of the bad position you are in, right? So that is not that anyone gave up here, but and they had to. So it was either SSG go here versus Echo and we go down, and here RAC is against RFF and BTX and stuff like that, and so the allies kind of decided they go that way. That it didn't work out, we know now, but it isn't before. So you cannot really say someone dodged a zone. I think neither SSG nor RFF did it. They just played their game strategy, right? RFF job is kind of to be annoying to RAC and keep them busy. I mean, RFF really, I think people kind of underestimated them. Everyone said they are so wrong in that KVK, and I still think with the amount of T4 players they have. But, and you have also to see, guys, it is not like when this zone was, when RAC was in that zone with RFF, they were around here on that spires. It's not like that they pushed back the Zone 2 when RAC was fighting in Zone 3. So that is kind of the same like with SSG happened here. SSG was pushing Zone 2 when BTX was busy in Zone 3. And you see even BTX as top 1, top 2 power didn't push yet in the zone 2. You see still here, SSG is holding that. They didn't made it in back. So, and I think the power gap between RAC and RFF is less than between BTX probably and SSG. Not on paper, guys, not on paper, guys, just from the knowing the fighting. Because here it was possible in that zone 2 that both hold each one rock, and BTX was in the other zone 2 when only zone 2 opened, had both rocks, right? So our average power is low, but we are active. WT Folk, are you playing in that alliance? I didn't know that. And do you have renamed? RFF is still the main name, right? I didn't know you are playing in RFF. Let me do you have the same name here? Let me find you. You're so often in my streams. You definitely deserve. What is your game name? Tell me your game name. I will find you here fighting. Tell me again. You are for so long time. You were always in my streams. No, my name is not the same. Do you want to tell me your name in game? You have not to. It is totally free to you. But that's, I'm working, can't join. Okay, one time, we do an agreement. When you're back in game, you kind of DM me in game. And I promise you, if you don't wanna, I don't want you. I will not share your name on, I will not share your name on the screen, but then I at least know who you are, right? It's sometimes for me cool to know when people are so often in my stream, who are they in game, right? For example, we are talking so often in my streams. I'm Europe, okay, I'm on a, okay, let me find you. Because, hi Davis, how are you doing? Oh, here you are. Avon, you're married already. Nice. Can I even add you here as a friend? I will add you later as a friend. Let me make for myself real quick. I do screenshot that for me, that I find you later again. That is just for me. I will send you a friend request after. So let's look a little bit here. Close to 93 million power. I sent you a friend request later. WT. I would, for example, that would be a city rally. I would never join. When I know people since so long, I mean, I love rallying cities, but I only rally cities which I don't know who the persons are when I'm not friends with them or anything. I cannot rally friends. RAC was the biggest letdown in this KVK. Who I'm saying, I mean, I think everyone expected more because they saw the power on paper of RAC, but to be fair, RAC stated that at the beginning of the moment the matchup was announced. RAC told all the participants in the matchmaking that they have a lot of dead weight. They were honest with it and they said it from the beginning, and I think that can everyone. I just got T5 live of a tank player. I paid lead positive KDA. Honestly, people are so much talking about KDAs, etc. At the end of the day, people worry too much about T5 kills, T4 kills, whatever. It is all fine. If you are playing the game and you played against someone, you know the good players, you know the active players on the field, and you know who has infantry merits, etc. You know, and then for sure, when you send a lot of infantry, your kill heal ratio is definitely worse. I mean, I had a long time not even T5 infantry, so I I played a lot of DPS, so my difference is a little bit higher than others maybe. DSR, I rally him. I know there are people, but for me that is always my goal. People who, but WT focus is really, I think, so often in my streams. You kind of know the name by time, right? When you're a streamer from the beginning, you know who's joining your streams, and how could you? People who are so often talking to you, I would feel bad to rally them. I would rather send them an info in Discord. Please come online and and teleport away. Well, people expect RAC to perform like BTX. Yes, Davies, I do understand that people expect that if they see the number, but if RAC tells from the beginning, we have that weight, it is kind of not on RAC, right? Kirito rally. I would not rally you as well, Kirito, even if you would. I mean, the big players like Kirito would like it, but I like Kirito as well. I would not rally him. Even if he would like to be rallied with his power and just straight positive, I would not. That's my princess rule, and if people like it or not, I don't care. I don't rally people I know good and I'm friends with. I have been here for like 3 seasons. You see? I joined my first time when we fought SSG a few seasons ago. You see, and you're still here, so how could I ever rally you? That ain't happen. RAC had no problem in pushing BDO during their last KVK, so it's strange that 3 weeks later say they have a lot of deadweight issues. I mean, they said it before and we kind of saw it on the field, right? I mean, I kind of agree with you, but definitely you saw RAC fighting. I mean, RAC is not that they did a bad job. It's not like that people... When you saw the Zone 2 fight, it was kind of these two spires were the choke points. RAC was on that side and RFF was on that side. So they were still stronger than RFF, right? They could push them to their spire. They had a no bastion agreement. In my opinion, they should have never gone for a no bastion agreement because they were enemies. So in that moment, especially with our disadvantage already in power-wise, right? They should have pushed for a pass 5 to help us here as well. Then we would be maybe in a 2 versus 2 situation. I don't know. But this is they had that agreement. It happened the same here on the BTX side. SSG pushed the Zone 2, but overall RAC couldn't hold that zone. And we saw that, how fast that bastion, everything felt. I mean, that was just, at that moment, it was just the KVK was done, right? RAC dropped the bastion the other day. Yeah, now they do it, but at the beginning, I mean, when they really fight at Zone 2, I think with a bastion, RAC could have been able to lock RFF and maybe kind of have still an access to anywhere, but now they are kind of limited, you know, they are in the Zone 1. The only possibility to get them back anywhere in fighting is, the only way is Zone 2 right now. And they are here in a 1 versus 1 situation, right? They are in a 1 versus 1 situation, have to push the choke and everything. I understand what you say, Princess, but I'm sure SSG or EIS would have been able to push RFF back their way to Zone 1 without any problems, especially if RFF was not placing any bastions. I mean, they would have maybe, and we would have too. I cannot say, I don't want to judge that. I think we would have also never gone for a no bastion agreement. That is what I can say. I mean, you don't go in a Zone 2 for a no bastion agreement to an enemy. That is my personal opinion. I would have not done that. They can't spire even if they can't push spire even if they had bastions. I mean, bastions make it kind of easier, you know? It never came that the enemy can put up the... Trust me, I have in the meantime a lot of bastion fights. I mean, we fighted the whole last KVK with WB, that there was a bastion slamming on the plateau. You have here both choke points. The problem is, what they did is that no one used bastions. So bastions are also in the offensive. They are a way that you can make your way over, yeah? And you see here the spires are in favor of RFF side, right? They have always to cross the bridge. So if you don't use bastions, you give them all the time in the world that they build up their defense there. They had a fortress, they had keeps, everything. If you from the beginning push over and play very aggressive with bastions, it could have been possible that RAC made it, right? So I think that would have been the better call not to do that. But you look at here, RAC, it's not that RAC is dead. Hi, Lord Lade, welcome. And they have the Angry Czech group and stuff like that. They got a lot good add-ons. And there's Bert Cato, I hope I say the name correct. I know a lot of players of RAC because I fighted them 2 seasons ago. And I don't like that people, when there is one season, they maybe have some in real life stuff ongoing or whatever, I don't know, that they directly get talked so bad. I do not like that because there are nice people in RAC. They're not bad people. They're nice people and they have a lot of good fighters. So people can talk whatever they want, but I personally do appreciate and respect RAC a lot. When we had them at enemies in the KVK with RAC, I wrote with players in DMs, they were respectful, and they will always get my respect. LOL, RAC should be able to get the upper hand with Bastion. Unless 50% of the alliance is dead. Kirito, you can rally me again. Don't rally me, Kirito. Go for DSR. He likes getting cooked. Zone 2 is not important where you need Bastion. Zone 3 is the only important one. Davis, I do agree, but in looking forward to the situation we were in, I mean, to just prepare, to just let this KVK get a little bit more on right now. I mean, you can like here alliances and you can dislike alliances. It doesn't matter, but everyone likes to have a cool KVK, match fights between enemies. So looking further to what is the smart play to do when you already know you are allies-wise the lower level part or lower power part. You need to use everything you can get. And I mean, RAC here at Pass 5 right now, we have now a 2 versus 1 situation in Zone 3, and we are the only one left from the allies. So if they could made it through here, or if they could have hold here in Zone 3, just BTX away, they have access here. SSG could come here, and then we have a 2 versus 1 in that zone, and we have a 2 versus 1 in that zone, and then it's kind of equal, right? So then that it would have spiced up that KVK. I mean, what is that KVK going now? RAC maybe get a little bit back of Zone 2, BTX maybe get a little bit back of Zone 2. EIS have a Zone 3 war 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1, whatever, and BTX and Echo is doing a friendly fight for the dragon. Is that a cool KVK? I think everyone agree no. So that is kind of the thing what I mean when I say it was maybe not good to do a no Bastion agreement there. So that is the only thing what I think about it, why that was not the call to go. It would have been if they really could have hold it for Zone 3 maybe. That is, I think that was the sort of RAC that it will get rough holding that Bastion against BTX, and they maybe said we don't go for that here, that we can go later back or something like that. But now we are kind of in a situation for a kind of KVK which is decided very early in game, right? RFF put a lot of work, very impressive. I mean, they really did. RFF was really showing that they are underestimated, right? People said they have a lot of T4, but here you see also activity. Look at that numbers. And I think one time when I saw RAC pushing, they kind of had 2 groups and they were sandwiching them. Numbers-wise, it's just crazy. RFF was surprisingly, I think RFF was a surprise and kind of doing better than people expected. RAC was rated higher power-wise, and it was kind of the opposite the case. So, Princess, one question: what skills do you recommend for the Snow Peak Rock pet for Kinera and Nico? I am so sorry. Is Silas still here or any Archer player? Let me, because I'm not an Archer player, I'm a Mages player, and I'm happy to give advices for pets. I'm 100% sure how they work, but so if I got something for you, Lolate, you can also DM me in game. If you want, I talk to the Archers player and I give you a good build for it. But I'm not a person who talk about anything where I have not proved it by myself with testings on the field. You think they should change back to the Alliance teleport cooldown? It's annoying seeing a lot of Alliances hopping in shells. If you ask me personally, in the meantime, every server has to build up, what, hundreds of shells to have more bastions. Then you have the build plans gets more complicated. You have to bring more shells in. I had it earlier with, I talked a little bit to Egger from our lines, and we had it a little bit about changes and stuff like that. And we said, if you would reduce it, that maybe only 2 shells could enter a zone 2 or a zone 3. So you are limited to 2 bastion each zone. That would be kind of cool. Oh, Silas, a sec. Just send me in DM. That would be cool. Then I can just show it. After all that's happened so far, I think we can agree that with BTX, EIS, SSG versus Echo, RAC, and RFF would have been same or probably even more unbalanced than the current. I do feel like in all that, what that KVK showed us, that definitely after the zone 2s, there should have been done a redeploy, right? When you see the real power and everything, I feel like that matchup was decided too fast. Also, the people were not what I don't like on that is that at the end of the day, it was not really, people were not putting in much effort in that Diplo chat, I think. It was people were stating, I want this, I don't want this, I want this, I don't want this. And I'm not saying this or this alliance did better or everything, I think overall. And then some decided they ally, people didn't agree with that. I think RAC was definitely, they said they don't want that matchup. And it would have been better going a little bit more detailed, you know, go in more talks and look a little bit more and maybe say, hey, if you are really so much that way, like you say, let's maybe everyone, I mean, we had the perfect situation. It could have been said, let's fight the zone 2s. And after the zone 2, we know a little bit how the alliances are. And then let's look in a Diplo. Would that have been not the better choice? Everyone fights a zone 2. Everyone gets fights. No one can complain. And after the zone 2s, you go in a Diplo. That would have, in my opinion, be the best solution. And that is what we can learn from it, right? Do you focus? Are you from RFF? Yes, Kirito, he is. I didn't know he's in my stream since months. It's really, I think, since last year, I think, autumn last year or so, he's always in my streams and I didn't know he's RFF. Okay, Silas, thank you for DM. Let's check real quick. Oh, where's my mouse here? Let's get the banner up. Okay. So this is the Snow Peak perfect thing, and maybe Silas, you can type it in chat what you typed to me because I cannot. He said you can replace 1 for 2s and Claw for the Snow Peak Rock. So this is for Kinera and Nico, right? Let's go. Nice work and insane numbers, crazy activity. My R5 was drinking tea, watching the Diplo talk. That's funny, WT Focus. Maybe they should have all drink some tea over there and then talk again. Oh, BTX didn't want to lose after they waited for a month for KVK, Ultra saying. Honestly, guys, what is not helpful is, and I see that the whole day in the Discord chat, in World Chat, people blaming each other. I'm not that kind of person who is looking always this and it's your fault and you are bad. You're a bad alliance, you're better and you're worse and whatever. If we can make it go away from there and use our brains how we can solve that issues in future, I mean, isn't that the goal? Don't make the same mistakes again. So we have now, anyway, in the new season of Strive 5, we have the team up again, so this is kind of solved. But maybe people who have still going into Diplo season, something like that. In our KVK, it would have definitely make sense after the Zone 2 fights, build a Diplo or reconsider a Diplo. I mean, there's so many players on a KVK. Why not reconsider a Diplo if it maybe makes things better for everyone participating in the KVK, right? Oh my God, Sigarm here. Hi, long time not see. Same for you. How are you doing, Sigarm? Sigarm is the biggest streamer of Age of Empires mobile, guys. So if you're still interested in the game, check him out. He's doing, in my opinion, the most best videos I ever saw. It is really... When I started Age of Empires mobile, he was my guide. Unfortunately, I left the game because it got kind of boring. But if you still play, I would really check out him. So, Princess, what do you think new Diplo should have been? I'm asking because I've seen many people complaining about current Diplo, but I have never seen absolutely any other proposal. Not one that BTX, SSG, and EIS. I will say something soon to that. Doing good? Thought I would stop by and say hello. I do appreciate it, Cigar. Maybe I step one time back and look a little bit what Age of Empires Mobile is doing. Last time I logged in, there were so many changes, but for me it was just from the PvP. I didn't like the game so much, so it was not so my thing. Back to Call of Dragons was really the way for me. And I would love to know if there's any other option that would have worked. So after the zone, I mean, it is hard to go through it now. I mean, we know now RAC in the zone 3. With that knowing that knowledge you didn't have in zone 2, right? So that is kind of hard as well also. What would be a good Diplo? Let me think about it. I think the good Diplo would have been, but that is also my personal opinion and it won't gonna happen. That, in my opinion, there should also be like, there are so many people who are kind of historical enemies. It is like Echo don't wanna ally EIS, EIS don't wanna ally Echo. I think SSG and RFF didn't want to ally each other either. I know that BTX is, for example, someone who don't want to ally ROG. So everyone has their kind of enemies they never would ally. But I feel like if a KVK could be balanced that way, they should reconsider that. That is what I say to that. But I think so exactly. But I think Sword and Dark would never ally each other, and that's super mutual. You're right. Echo don't want to ally EIS, and EIS don't want to ally Echo. So I think what when you are saying the EIS, BTX, and RFF versus Echo, RAC, and SSG would have probably been the allies I would have gotten for as well. If you ask me, if you ask me now. If you would have asked me the beginning before, because I kind of thought from the difference where it was when we had that at the beginning, but from the zone 2 is I kind of agree was what Benyo said. I think EIS, BTX, RFF would be a good choice versus Echo, RAC, and SSG. But I'm not doing the Diplo, you know, guys. I am not doing the Diplo. Thankfully, I'm not doing the Diplo. I don't want to be bothered with that. That is so much drama. Oh, that is here. Let's see if they fight a little bit. Ah, REC is coming over again. All Diplo other than this, EIS, RAC, and RFS versus the rest. Juan saying EIS and Echo together is not possible. Exactly, it would not be possible. Your proposal is good, but for some reason it was never an option. I think that option, Juan, was not at the beginning option, but I think it would become over after Zone 2 an option, right? EIS, BTX, and RFF, or EIS, BTX, and RAC. At the end of the day, putting Echo and BTX, two strongest alliance in the game, is what killed the entire KVK, and everyone knows it, Shay's saying. I mean, that's kind of my opinion as well, if you like it or not. But it is what it is now. It is. I'm over to think that it's. But what I do not understand, why are people not reconsidering a Diplo? It is one. I could agree maybe at the part when they say they didn't know. Okay, RSC was not maybe the power they thought they would be. But why is no one going into and saying after Zone 2, guys? Everyone can kind of see how that KVK will go, right? So why not sit together again and maybe asking and talking about solutions, right? That is what I don't get, and that is what I want to see in the future. And that is why I think people stop blaming each other, right? Stop blaming. I mean that serious. Stop blaming BTX and Echo as well. That is not helpful or bringing anything. The whole world chat and Discord is yelling at each other. Guys, we love to play that game. I have the feeling people are really not interested in playing that game. People are interested in yelling at each other. They must have seriously some problems why they have to yell at each other all the time. Can you show your merits ranking? Sure. But you have to see all our merits ranking is full of merit trading, right? So BTX 2 million, RAC 1.6, SSG 1.5. You have to add all the shells, right? Here it starts again. RFF 989, Echo 800, EIS 500. Then we have here what you have to add. Oh, where is this alliance from? Is that SSG? That is from RFF, RAC. You have to add that all. You have to add that to EIS, that to SSG. But also, I mean, Echo and EIS both had exactly 1 day war. The rest is from mock wars, right? So you cannot look at they had a friendly fight with the ally and a statue. So that's pretty much it. But war, if you look just what EIS and Echo had war, it was 1 day. 1 day. So this is the rankings right here, right now, right? Look at this. I never had in a season so less merits. I never did. I'm at 7 million merits, and I also had to join a mock war, and I hate friendly fights. I hate it till death, but it is like, I mean, what you have to do, right? When there's now no other option, when there's no... New system, Mayor? Can you show your merits ranking? I did that, oh, sorry. Juan, I was... The RFF and SSG beef is so dumb. All started with SSG kind of made the others alliances not to ally us. But wasn't it that RFF was accused to kind of, when SSG started on a new server, RFF made farms there and made an over 15 million power? Well, yelling, trash talking, and drama is the most exciting part of the KVK, Davis. Probably yes. I prefer the fighting, seriously. I don't like that drama stuff. That's why I'm against recruiting. I don't want to be in the top KVK again. I want to be in the KVK 2 or 3 because I feel there's less drama. I hope. I think there are still, and what is the problem is that some big people who have the dramas and stuff like this, they are ruining the game for the people who want to play it. There's so many people in that KVK which are bored. And what happens to the game? If you have KVKs like this, people are quitting the game out of boredom, right? If you're a fighter, if you're really interested in playing that game, and I mean, it is the 3% of that KVK which is talking in the world chat all day in an official Call of Dragons Discord. The rest, 97%, just want to fight and have a good KVK. So this is what I'm not understanding, right? Overall, they kind of damaged the game with the drama instead of bringing the game, making it public, making it more people to join, etc. When you see that stuff. That was 2 seasons ago, after the start of the beef. Okay. I mean, it is okay. In other games, you have enemies as well, right? But it's not like the pure hating propaganda stuff, and that is what makes me kind of sad. And if the games goes more and more in that direction, I will tell you honestly, I don't know if I will continue playing the game. For me, it's not what I want to play a game because it's fun, right? Hanging around with the people, fighting, having some good times. If that ends up that everything turns into that hate propagandas and stuff like this, that is not my style, not my level, not what I want to spend my free time with, right? Okay, let me check the new system. Do we have to? Probably I don't need a banner for that. Oh, we got a new system mail. Did it change? Okay, what did changed? We got a new system mail, so can someone tell me what changed? What is the difference between that one and that one? What did change in the system mail on the update? Let's try read through it fast. How is Vahe doing in EIS, Machi? I think she's doing good. I do like Vahe a lot. She's a great person. Shade said already leave RAC. Panday, I mean, was that one of the persons who left mid-season? Who migrated out mid-season from RAC? Kirito saying, I nearly never in World Chat. Same. It's just like, I think sometimes if people want to start a game and they enter the Call of Dragon Discord and there is the same 10 people yapping the whole day from morning till evening, I don't know if that attracts in any way any new players. Yeah, did he left? I mean, JD's I know from that he's I know his name from fighting, but I didn't know he left already. I think it's the same like SP and Strange left TFS because they maybe want to participate at another KVK. But what is new on the update mail venue? Can you tell me? This looks the same. This looks the same. This looks the same. His 2 account go in YSS, he said RAC leadership not good. I mean, that is probably his point of view. I know by a few that they are still staying in an RAC and trying to make it work. Watch eating popcorn. But Kirito, we can agree that fighting on the field would be more fun, right? If you eat so much popcorn like in that KVK, you have to make a diet after, right? What did they change? Vanyo go back in HP, bring princess and murder. Yesterday, VC had a funny bit of a SSG member trying to sell Volvos. I mean, sometimes there is some fun, but I miss it out because I just avoid it because of the negative vibes. So what has changed? There's nothing changed, right? Tech Your Pregnant is looking, you guys. Is the Panda YouTube account Tech Your Pregnant? Tech unfortunately quit the game. I was super sad. I was still, he was a long time my enemy. Then I was joining HP, and then he left the game. What was super sad. But Panda is not Tech, right? That would be super sad. You can tell Tech, or if you are Tech, come back to the game. It's the same. It's just fixed for not. It's just fixed. It's just fixed for non-English people. Okay, so there's nothing new here, so we can just look a little bit here. But do we know how the BDO season? I mean, how much did BDO push back TFS? I saw yesterday a little bit. I was in Gun stream. New map, Hero and Behemoth, I think. But that was already in the system mail we checked before, Meiji, I think. Also, they are still here in that situation. So, I mean, BDO made some progress against here, and it looks like that BDO is pushing right now. Here the Dragon Zone gets really interesting. But it looks not like much fighting. Let me find here my notes where the other... let's have a look. How is BDO going? Normally, there is now the time where NW is pushing. Ayo, you were in the stream and didn't say hi to me? Crazy. Who do you mean, Kirito? Panda, yeah, if one of us would leave, all would leave. Exactly. I think Murder, Vanyo, and me, we played in all, since we know us, we played everywhere together. Also, BXS is holding here fine, right? NW was yesterday trying to make some pushes, but it looks like that is more... That will also be a super interesting balanced Dragon Zone here. You didn't say hi to me either, Kirito, in the stream. I think Silas said hi to me and Guns and someone else, and then I replied. Yes, I was saying, no, it's not true, Kirito. I was saying hi Guns and hi all. So I basically mean you as well when you have been there. And if not, you were not paying attention, and I will tell Guns. I'm always saying hi when I'm there. But only when I can talk. Sometimes I'm just listening and chilling. I was there when there was all talk. We talked about all the calf heroes and stuff like that. I am all? Yes. I mean, I'm not saying you are all, but you are included in all, right? Yeah, the Silas can confirm. And then Silas was specifically saying hi, Princess, so I answered him. You didn't say Kirito. You just ignore me, so I can blame you for ignoring me, right? Not nice. So I won't really. I won't look at that KVK because that is the UHA KVK. So yeah, UHA is here, zone 1 locked. Here's that was so funny. I see that picture again. That is the IY family. I don't know where they're fighting right now, but they did so funny. They made when they fighted against UHA and they kind of beat them in zone 3. They built a UHA ha ha on with their troops and everything. I do not know where I have that. So here is, okay, they are pushing back now ED. This is, in my opinion, an upcoming kingdom to watch. 25 IW. They had numbers on that field. So now they're pushing back ED here. It looks like Uha is really zone 1 locked here. But not much going on either, right? Everyone is kind of blame Kirito. Yes, exactly. Shadow, I'm somebody else. What? I didn't say that, guys. But can I find that picture? Let me check if I can find that picture. It would be too funny. Oh my god. DSR just shared with me his speed ups. Oh, I'm so jealous on that. I'm so jealous on that. Okay, let me see. There is a new suggestion for Aga. I mean, I maybe can bring that up real quick. Let me check something out. So Venue, can you do me a favor? I sent you a screenshot. Can you send it to me in the report group real quick, that screenshot? Because we got, that is maybe interesting for the community as well. Because Aga made the suggestions after the new update. So if Venue is still here, or I maybe just put it here, then, no, then Silas can send me as well, and one of those can just send me. Let's go back and looking what RAC does, and then we go to the new suggestion. Aga mostly has some really good suggestions to the game. Let me get real quick into a mana mine. Oh, they are both taken. No. No. Where's that? Dubai. Oh, that is so boring, guys. But it needs to be. I mean, if that KVK has anything, then we get a lot of mana. And are prepared for the next KVK. I mean, the last 2 KVKs were super expensive because I had no time during farming the whole KVK. So
for nature and for the community.
oh, thanks, Venue. So yeah, Silas sent also. Thank you both. Okay, so this we have here. Suggestions that do not follow the... okay. Aga said in the suggestion in the Discord, you want to think about to... maybe Venue, can you link the suggestion here to the chat? That would maybe be good, kind of that people, if they want to upvote it, they have directly the link. I want to address 2 expectations we have as players. Number 1, a lot of fighting. Number 2, quality of life simplicity. Regarding to 1, as a big spender, I enjoy the advantages we are allowed in the game. But if there is a little fighting, this involves into dead money, a dead game, and quitting. It's imperative that the free-to-play low spender base, majority of the players, can fight at a more comparable sustain. In other words, increase the mana gathering possible for all players by a factor of 2 or 3. Players shouldn't be running out of resources to heal only after zone 2. This makes no sense. Any strong team would rather have an opponent to fight longer than no one to fight at all. Also keep working on matchmaking mechanics and give us more choices. Zone 1 Resurgence was extremely fun. I super agree. Aga and me that made a team's Resurgence from Zone 1, I think 1.5 years ago when we played together. Our fours are extremely tired, especially the build teams. 99% of kingdoms have less than 200 active players, some way less. Why are we complicating the gameplay with huge map zones and 4+ alliances for each kingdom? There's no enjoyment in this for anyone, especially the average player, which is now almost required to use their farm accounts to build and destroy in war zones. I do agree with that a lot. I mean, Aga is our 4th EIS, and he's helping also with the build plans and stuff like that. Days and days and days of planning and building for what return? Bastion staring? Let's be realistic and make everyone's time on the game more enjoyable. Seasons have been shortened, so let's pack them full of fun fighting. Limit each kingdom to 2 alliances entering Zone 2 and onwards. This would be easy to do by only allowing the alliance that holds a pass 1 able to hold pass 2, etc. All that is needed to increase the tower limit and adjust the RSS. Alliance points gain with the cost. Now each kingdom only has 2 bastions at their disposal as well, making it a more give and take strategy across the entirety of the KVK. This is a single best chance you could make for the community at this time, simplicity, hoping you considering it, Aga. I do really like that. Aga is he's really someone who is viewing the game, and even if he is a Vale from a Vale perspective, he also look at the game as a whole. And I feel like he said here some very important words. I enjoy the advantages we are allowed in the game as a big spender. But if there is little fighting, this involves into dead money, a dead game, quitting. So kinda a good point, and I hope a lot of people upvote this. We have the link here in the chat. So if you like it, feel free to vote it up, share it in your Alliance Discords. We can get changes if we get a lot of upvotes, and I feel like Aga is playing that game really dedicated and really long, so he's really a knowledge player. Needed to add a bit to nerf Cavs. I mean, Cavs was a long time the worst troop tier in the game, and now they kind of became the best tier, right? I feel like more and more mages become the worst. So thanks, Silas and Venyo. I do appreciate you. So is REC and RFF still fighting a little bit, guys? We had more than 300 active members we had to reduce to have any chance to recruit people, and we still have 100 points over 4K. Do you mean do you mean the server cap points? So RFF is kind of, are they at max capacity for their server, yes or no?
Like a shadow in the night.
Let's look here. Oh, they are not done yet. They are coming with rallies. Oh, they have fog. Oh, now we get into a serious push here. Or is that the fog of from who is the fog? From RAC, or is the fog from... But if they want to destroy a tower, why do they not put the fog? Yeah, I mean, see server cap. Okay, thanks, Kiri. So is that a fog of RAC? But why do they not put the fog over a tower when they want to destroy it? Does that not make more sense? Or what do I get wrong on that? Or is it from RFF, the fog? How do I see that? Ranged immunity, so it must be the fog from RAC. Hi, Ryuchi, how are you doing? But why are they putting the fog there? Let me check that out. If you want to destroy a tower, does it not make sense put it on the tower if you want to make progress? You can correct me, chat, if I don't see any point here. It is REC fog, right? Yeah. But where's the point in putting the fog there? Or was that maybe to destroy with ranged units this boss tower with the Waven Riders? I mean, they put it up 10 minutes ago, so... So whoever can explain me why they put the fog there. Because RFF can't push through the pass, so it's not that you need that for defense, I think. Maybe save Haven to build push waves. Push waves. Yeah, I mean that is maybe to... But I feel like the fog with including tower would be more effective. Oh, Con! The fog of REC can't reach the RFF. Oh, so that's the maximum fog they can pop. They can reach probably. So it's limited to territory, right? Maybe or something like. Okay, then it makes sense. I mean, then you have here, at least when you bring your refresh marches. I mean, you have to see with that bridge. That is a long refresh way for REC. I mean, then the placement is good. Then they have at least kind of a safer zone to walk through. They can't place talk on RFF. Thank you for explaining. Thanks much, Con, for clarifying for me. Let's see if REC can make here something happen. But it's definitely a rough spot to go via a bridge and everything, all the way back with refresh and everything. That needs a lot of activity time, I think, and a lot of commitment, right? Princess feels always very delayed. What do you mean? When I'm reading the chat? Yeah, the thing is for me, I think the chat does not pop up for me so fast like it is. I mean, you're probably a little bit behind. I mean, the normal YouTube is always a little bit behind in what I am saying. So you probably hear, yeah, click live and two speed. Maybe then you are on the right. That is what I do as well when I'm watching streams, for example, of guns or something like that. If you make if you make the speed 2 times, you will always be at least close. So check that for you. Yeah, when you see the chat, that is for me. You have to see I'm talking and you hear what I'm talking, and the chat is typing it, but till you hear my answer on that, what is the chat saying? And my setup is also not, guys, I just got a PC, you know? So it's still for me sometimes a little bit watching the game and looking to the other side here with stream. I have to perfection that setup by time, but we get there. We will get there. But you probably hear me when I still asking for, okay, why did they do that? And Con already, you see already Con answering. And I see it because you feel it, I do it later because when I read Con's comment, it's already a little bit later. It's even harder because their peak hours are the same to us. I agree, WT Focus. So They have put out an all-nighter or something like that. Buy a good PC. I have a good PC. The PC is not a problem. The monitors are right now the problem. I need a second monitor. I need stuff like this really good. I have some construction, but with a lot of old stuff. My keyboard is very, very old. But I started with buying a PC. I got now a mouse. And so that is step by step, guys. Step by step. We get there. I was starting with the iPad streaming. It can't get worse. That was so tricky to do that. And read chats and everything. No, you buy. No, I don't buy. I only use what I get from YouTube. Is for my rule is I do YouTube for fun, so all I get from YouTube. You're not a bad influence anymore. You are the reason why I have only 29k gems left, and haven't even bought the 8-hour speed ups yet from the store, right? Haven't even bought that yet. Only the 24 hours, and not even the teleports. Because I really need to save gems. It's all on Kirito, I tell you guys. He is to be blamed for that. He was talking me into more spins and more spins. And I will blame him forever for it. Whenever I have less gems, it will be his fault. Just because.
I'm on it, boss.
Step-by-step progression. Yes, Davis. Kirito is not getting that. Kirito has a total different mentality. The Kirito mentality is just buy all. Max. Kirito is best. Open the boxes, Kaitlin. I did. I opened all my boxes. I opened, or not all. I have some boxes left, but I opened, I think, 180k gems I opened from my boxes. And they were normally... Because when you're in a Forge of Light, you know, I have saved my boxes for the Great Heights. That was kind of my backup, because it is so hard for me getting that 30 million, right? To get a city skin. So I kind of had that gems as backup. And then I was in that, and I was opening that gems and that gems and that gems. So, I just don't have enough speeds for the Great Heights, right? So I have to do something with gems and stuff. So it is really hard for me. And I mean, we get the Alliance mobilization, so I kind of will buy the 8 hours. I need to buy the 8-hour speeds already. But I thought maybe, I don't know when that really starts, or there's always a matchmaking and sign-in as well. Maybe it's not opening before next week and I can already buy them. But yeah, so I'm super low in gems. Kirito's influences buy, and throw all out. We cannot go into this. That's why I listened to his advice once. No, I don't show you all my inventory. It is not good when anyone see my stuff right here and now, who is being in a competition with me on Great Heights. But you saw it. If you are, I mean, last time when you were with me in the Forge of Light event, you saw how much boxes I used and how less it was left. If you can just go to there you see what is left from my boxes. Not much. I mean, the good thing is I have still 3 months time to save up things, but it is really hard. It is really hard. 30 million push is definitely a nut. No, but then I click one time wrong and then my speeds are on. I don't open the inventory boxes anymore. All is my secret right now. I need to make also maybe like Gunstead. He has a whole blocker for his mana and all his resources. Maybe I need to hide more as well. But you see, Kirito, I'm a little bit ready for resource healing. I need to know to make a good advice. It's not true. Last time you made not a good advice and you did know. First time I trust, you get a benefit. How is that called? Benefit of a doubt or something like that? Second time, no more chance. I have my lesson learned, don't listen to Kirito, and all is fine. And with that I will stay. Ah. Is there any other fights still ongoing on other KVKs, or everyone kind of ready for this, for the Zone 3 invadings tomorrow's? But can I use that? This emote is how I feel when Kirito make suggestions to me. Is it showed? No, it's not. Can I not do my... Can I not... Why is it not showed? Oh, now it's showed. Side is trying. That is the poor me. That is me after listening to Kirito's advices. You could buy some pet coins. Sure, I could. I could buy a lot. Look, I didn't also. I have a lot to buy. And look at even that. I have all the purchase doubles except of the one. I have all the purchase doubles. When people not understand what is a life of a low spender, I don't understand. Low spender is low spend. Your budget is super limited. And right now, I want to unlock the exemplar, so this is my only focus. So, one time I listened to Kirito and got broken. That ain't gonna happen again. Lesson learned. Fauci here, server. Yeah, what server? So if you have any server which is still fighting as well, you can. Oh my god, buy them. Nope, I'm not. I have my budget, everything is calculated, and I'm not going over that. There's always more you can buy and stuff like this. And they come, in future they will bring that weekly bundle. I'm super excited for that. Maybe, I hope it's a lot of good deals. A good advice, pet coins, best investment. Yeah, everyone is saying that, yes, but right now I feel like the exemplars are more valuable than the pet coins. I identify as a low spender too, okay. DS Arvis, can I say your number of speeds, or am I not allowed to talk about it? DSR, you have to give me the permissions that I share that picture. But I'm not sharing if you don't want to allow it. If you don't want to show it in the stream, then it's also okay. DSR, it's totally up to you. Because he has a crazy amount of speeds. I think in my whole life, I don't even know if I ever had so many speeds in my whole entire Call of Dragons experience till I play that game. And sometimes I see Humble's gems, and he has more gems than I ever had in the game as well. That is the real life. Guys, a lovely reminder to put a like on the stream, please, when you want to support me a little bit. You can, they will find out next week when I push. I think Great Height will not be directly next week. After the update, I think you have a few more days after that. Normally it comes with a Strongest Lord, so let's check out. When is our next Strongest Lord? Is coming soon in 3 days. So I kind of expect Monday, maybe in 14 days. It would be super, normally it's always coming with a Strongest Lord, so I identify also as a low spender. So let me see if Venue is silent. Oh, thanks. So Venue, you can let me know in chat when you send it. Then we show a little bit at DSR speed ups, and I can tell you guys, if you are a low spender, you don't want to see that. DSR saying, nah, low spenders don't really feel. Thank you, Vanyo. So this is the speed ups of DSR. DSR is ready for the infantry skin, isn't he? This is 4,000 days of speed ups, guys. More than 4K days. It is super crazy. What server is that we are in right now? So I am from server 176. I am playing in the Alliance EIS. Or do you want to know the KVK number? Oh, much love. This is like 45, 50 million play. I know, it is crazy. It is super crazy. DSR is... And he will go for the major skin as well and take the crown away from me. I tell you guys. I cannot get the crown, but at least... You saw more from who? What is the highest amount you ever saw, Kirito? Are you going for the infantry skin? Himself, probably? Send a proof. If I do not see a proof, I don't know. I only believe proofs. I saw someone with 10K day speeds. Who? Ah, Nephisto probably, right? Nephisto probably? I think so. But it is definitely 4K day speeds, we have to say. That is really a big W. Chats had a lot, if I remember correct. I mean, there are a lot of spenders there. I mean, for spenders, it's probably pretty normal. Yeah, let's. They will say, oh, what is 4K speeds? I pushed that power in 1 great heights. But for us low spender, it's insane, right? But honestly, it's not a bad push here from RFF, right? From RAC. There's some good content over here. Not allowed to say Kirito, okay. Still an active player. Okay, maybe yourself. What kind of city skins do you have, Kirito? I think weren't you pushing the Ring of War? I think I saw you there in the ranking when I remember correctly. So tomorrow, a lot of Zone 3 openings are happening. I'm probably streaming a little bit. Depends how I feel about it. It's sometimes... A stream like now is super relaxed, having a coffee, talking with you about the update, watching a little bit here. When I have fully focused on good fights, I mean, we don't know yet. Kirito can tell me, is Echo pushing tomorrow? We don't know yet if they are coming in tomorrow, yes or no, but if they come in, there will definitely be some rough fights because we are faced RFF and Echo, and that is more than the double amount of members. That is double power against us. It will be crazy. It will be crazy to fight this, but I'm looking forward because fighting is fighting. So at the end of the day, Fluffy had crazy speeds, like 10 years in speeds. I mean, Fluffy could make sense, right? But it's for me still, it's crazy how much power they can push. It's really, I mean, the only part is the saving is for me right now. For a few seasons, when you're saving up for great heights, you need to invest more in resource healing. I mean, in a season like this right here, right now, you don't. But in normal seasons, I had the last 2 seasons, I had much resource healing, and I had much troop issues, right? So there was just a lot of resource healing needed to be able to fight the whole time a KVK. If you really, I mean, last season, luckily we had a timeless treasury that helped a lot, but look at RFF, they already made their way back. I mean, the fog is gone. The numbers of RFF, look at this. Crazy numbers, guys, crazy. These guys are really high activity. If they keep that on, I totally love to see that. That is, for me, super impressive. But also GG here to both. So one more time back to me. Is there any other server some cool fights ongoing, or is it cool? Search function. We take that before anyone else does.
The road before us is clear.
I think RFF has that now under control here. Open in-game chat? Okay. Banner. Okay, let me check that real quick here. Oh my God, 6.7. I was about to say the German numbers, you see. I'm not really here. 6,710 days. 6.7k days. Oh my God, my English is, here's my English going. That's crazy, okay. Did you pushing for a great heights there, Kirito? The funny part is, do you see a little bit the background? That is even funnier. The background with the food. That was from last stream when we had the food stream. I mean, that is crazy here. 6.7k days. Or is that, I mean, you said it to me for 3 seasons ago that was your speeds. You did you get the calf skin probably? I don't even know what Kirito for skins has, for city skins. My boy's holding it down, WT Focus. Yeah, congratulations. Make sure you are not in Wobbin territory or anything. Ah, okay, Kirito, understandable. I mean, if you want a crown and everything now, it is even more. I mean, you need to push 30 million minimum for the skin, but kind of the big whales like Kirito and co. Oh, he changed the line, it seems. I think bigger whales, they really want to the crown as well, and being top 10, and then it's in the high power kingdoms, it's a high competition. When I get out of work, the fight ends like always, sadly. Oh, you got the mage skin, the defense one? I have that temporarily for that season. But it was not really needed to use right now, because for that season it was probably... I don't have a lot. I always push Brink of War. I mean, for the team, it's super good to have some Brink of War pushers, right? I mean, honestly, that is probably the first season where it's not so bad having the getter speed. Who has the getter speed? Isn't that RFF or REC? I forgot who got the getter speed. Honestly, I think that is kind of the best buff from that season. I do not remember who ended up getting the resource gathering buff, but that is the lucky winner in that KVK. Yeah, that's why everyone likes you. I don't know about that, Kirito. You gave me very bad money wasting advices. Gems wasting, not money wasting, but basically gems are money, so right. So it's kind of like, so I'm not sure about that. I pushed in 3 seasons, 100 million in Brink of War, more than everyone else in Echo. It's kind of cool. I mean, that's very team play from you. And if you don't need the the city skins, I mean, that is the way to go. Other than that, I think you profit a lot too for your alliance if you get the city skins. So Kirito is the team play pushing the Brink of War. I mean, that helps the team a lot, right, for the buffs. But the question is always if it's worth it for you, right? I feel like the personal rewards for some tokens, they are nice on a Brink of War, but they are definitely worse than you would get on a Strongest Lord or something like that. And then you push all that and stuff like this and end up in KVKs here, like with no fighting, then I'm sometimes not sure if it's worth it. But overall, that is super good to have players like this, helping, pushing in Brink of War, getting the good buff. I think we had always a good damage buff also, and you got the resource gathering buff, WT Focus. Oh, that's honestly, for that season, it's great. I'm farming like a madman. I mean, we have to see how long the fights are going. I think SSG, they said earlier already, they already changed the season talents to farming. I have luckily a reset left. I did a mistake at the beginning that I didn't went for Zone 2 for resource heal. I picked too fast this tree and then you had to finish it and I couldn't get a resource heal reduction. So what I did is I killed 6 million workhorses, and got all the elixir and used all my elixir in Zone 2 against Echo. And now, when I have the resource heal and we got also more villages, I can go with the resource heal reduction. I will resource heal like crazy. As long as we fight, I will resource heal and use my elixir and everything. And then, when the season ends, I can change and I can get farming talents and stuff like that here. I'm so happy I can rechange that talents because this season will get so boring. So you get really much profit out if you can reset your talents again. Why don't you guys fight? Why keep you dodging? What do you mean, Cian Kai? You know that we are in Zone 3, so RFF didn't come in our Zone 3 and they will come together with Echo. Where are we dodging, Cian? I like when people come and ask a question. Explain me where we dodge right now. Tell me where you want us to push. Or just coming here, throwing a propaganda line and going away? RNC is pushing a go fight Echo Zone 1, 1 versus 1. So Zone 1 you can't fight, right? Zone 1 is the starting zone. Zone 1 is the starting zone of a game. No one can fight in Zone 1. I assume you are meaning that we should fight Zone 2? I assume you mean Zone 2, and if you can tell me the reason why we should do that? Where is the game logic to do that? I'm open to hear it. People who always come up with that lines, I would kind of have a logic answer to that, what that makes sense, what they say. He's just rage baiting, he's clueless, yes. So, I mean, everyone saw that EIS and Echo. Echo is clearly the stronger alliance. They beat us in 24 hours, or I think, was it 1.5 days? I don't know, remember it 100% correctly. They beat us in a day. So you think after they beat us in a day, when we were both in a pushing situation, it makes it... Do you think it is realistically we can now push into a defense advantage of Echo what we already lost in a 1v1 without defense positioning, right? That is the logic I don't get from that. Well, there would be no point in going. It is not. But I like that people coming and then they say go in zone 1 or 1v1. Well, before that they have to change the game. You guys rebuild and recruit, still can't fight Echo? Well, I mean, you saw we fight Echo, right? You know how it ended? I can clearly admit that Echo won the zone 2 against us. I think it is no shame in losing against one of the top teams of the games, right? If it's top 1 or 2, they will figure out soon. But it's one of the top teams in game. Is there any shame to lose against it in a zone in a 1v1? I don't think so. Let him. He can come. I mean, that is the thing with the propaganda. Honestly, I see it that way. That makes to look the people not very smart, you know? If you come in and you come here and tell us fighting in zone 1, what says that about you, right? You either want to just spread hate or you just have seriously no clue. And I think nothing of that is making some things about you, about a good personality. And if you decide be like that, that shows you more about you than about anyone else. Alliances like Echo and BTX mostly just overpower with Spender and Krakens. There is not anyone that can compete with them 1v1 except each other. I agree. I mean, you have to see they also can resource heal a lot. I mean, they are super powerful, right? They resource heal endless. They have a lot of Krakens in there, and that is, beside all the drama, Echo is a super strong alliance. There's nothing I would say against that. They are a super strong alliance, and I would still say they are the top 1 team in the game, but that is just my opinion. We will maybe figure out that during that season, but I feel like Echo is the top 1 team in the game. Maybe BTX can take the throne and being the top 1 team, but first we have to see something from them. And then we can decide about that and see about that. Who is the top 1 team in the game? But definitely the other one is the top 2 in the game right now. Echo is the number 1 team in the game till someone beat them. I agree. It's not just the power. What do you mean, Carito? I mean, you mean the power of the I feel like power is an indication, yes, but you have to also look at how are the garrisons, how are the rally leads, how many dead troops people can take, how many resource heal will they do, how many exemplars they have, how many diversity they have in their heroes, right? If they have all the players can send 5 calves, 5 archers, 5 mages, and they can continue that, stamina is not yet an issue. We are top 1 in the game, I said it. WT focus. Silas, no, it's the spending. But I hope, guys, you all keep your especially the peoples with the problems and hate, that just can let it go. This season is gone. That season is just boring for everyone, and then we just move on. Not everything is about spending. Look at RFF. I mean, I do agree, but you have also to see here when RFF and RAC was here, RFF didn't make a push, right? So the advantage they have now behind the pass, the defense advantage you have already as a lower power, right? And you see how powerful that is, pushback in a zone where you have so much field presence. And RAC isn't making against a weaker team. And you are telling us we should do that against the top 1 team? For a zone which has no effect on anything? We're just happy to be in seed 1. I agree. Numbers make a lot of difference. I mean, that is, EIS was always built like this, that we had never the big the most Krakens or something like that in EIS. I'm not talking about you, Kirito. I'm not talking about you when you say that. Kirito, you're I didn't mean you person. When I say you in general, you know, when we say that in German, it's not about someone personal. We haven't had any fights yet. I'm sorry to hear. I mean, we don't have much fights this KVK either. In my opinion, just take it. In Germany, we say, mach einen Haken an es, checkmark it or something like that, and then move on. Yeah, activity is a factor as well, Kirito. I agree. It's not about spending and power, but at one point, even if you have a big power activity, I mean, if for example, you have this here, right? RFF is in the big defense position against RAC. If RFF, even with their numbers, would have pushed alone through EIS and we are in the defense advantage, that would have looked super different, right? So you need to see that. And I sometimes think, no matter how something is, just because you are in hate of one alliance or whatever, just be a little bit, it is still allowed to have sometimes just kind of being smart how a game works, right? And don't Peaky, let me check what was that message. Oh my god. Silas just deleted it. I have the best ones. You need not to come to insult anyone here, right, guys? I know people are so angry, but guys, it is just a game. Relax a little bit. No need. Kirito means our people have no life and can stay online for longer than others, which can also mean do more dedication. Except you, Genesis. You can still go on vacation, right? Why does Echo and EIS have bad blood? That's a good question. I mean, there was one time, there was a plan after, what was it? Eminence and Chaos or whatever. Echo and EIS was close. But I don't go into the details as well. I think there's one group who got kicked from EIS and who would also, so to make the statement like this, they got kicked from EIS, but they also wanted to leave EIS, yeah, both at the same time, and they left to Echo, and I think there was really some things happening, what was kind of, yeah, what caused to that, and I think that kind of ruined the relationship from EIS and Echo a little bit. That is what I'm assuming, but overall, it is what it is now. Peaky, no insulting here in my chat. You can have an opinion, and I think you can bring it up without using insulting words, right? If not, just find another streamer where you can insult. In my stream, it's not working. You see, we also delete the message if you insult others, you know? This is how my mods work. We don't insult EAS, we don't insult Echo, we insult no one. True, wallet is very, very important, can easily decide a course of war. I'm an Echo. Oh, I think I need to join that elite thing maybe. I'm an Echo Black Sheep, I don't even know why I'm still here. At some point, higher spender alliances always win because enemy run out of what happened to us versus SSG first time. I mean, it also kind of happened, WT Focus, when you had the Zone 2 fight against RAC where you couldn't push anymore either, where it was just Zone 2 right here. I think at that point it was kind of not possible anymore either, right? Because you are completely right. I mean, I think what RFF spent on resource healing, that was kind of crazy, right? You're waiting for your flight. Shen only plays Home Kingdom in Echo, just kidding. For us, our main job was holding our gate 5, not to let RAC join EIS and lock us. Exactly. And I mean, you did that pretty well with that goal, right? You kind of was holding here that RAC don't make it down. You pushed back Zone 2, the same like SSG did with BTX. And then here it was RAC versus BTX, but BTX pushed out RAC in less than a day. So now RAC is here in Zone 1 and they kind of in a struggling situation. And I mean, that is kind of what kind of decided that was our last chance as allies with EIS, SSG and RAC that this gonna happen. And it didn't work out. So here we are now. How long is the season left? We have how many days left? Yeah, we have still 21 days left or something like this in the season, 3 weeks. Con just subscribed. Thank you for subscription. I do appreciate it. Thanks so much. So this is the situation here, and then we're just taking now from what it is, having some fun here the last 3 weeks on that KVK, looking what is going good. I'm also excited now when BTX and Echo gonna fight each other for the dragon and stuff like that. I hope I kind of see a serious fight with Bastions and everything, but it is always a little bit hard, you know. As allies, a friendly fight is kind of rough, but maybe if both want to prove who is the top one in game and something like this, it can be a good point as well. So I am genuinely curious. I have never been able to understand why players want to play in alliances. Echo, BTX and Noir back in the glory days. They are pretty much sitting alone in the top without equal opponents. It is like this. I mean, it kind of depends what you do. I mean, Noir had the issue. Noir was the most powerful. They had area advantage over everything. The only possibility how you can have fun in this alliance is if you go into very rough matchups, right? You don't go, if you are already the strongest and knowing your advantage, you go in matchup with kind of, you have more opponents, the opponents has at least in summary more power or something like this. This is the reason why Noir failed, because they were the strongest alliance in the game and went always for overpowering matchups. But you have to say Echo did that different. You have to give that to Echo, and even if EIS and Echo has their dramas, Echo didn't do that. Echo was the top 1 team in the game. And Echo was taking, I mean, one season they decided against Noir Free For All. They did last season a 2 versus 4, so I can kind of understand that Echo not says they cannot do every season a rough matchup like they had last season. I do totally understand that, and no one is blaming them for that. And when they want to kind of have a season like this, which is a little bit more chilled and maybe to recover or something like that, then you go for the overpowered matchup. But that is just a fact what is kind of happening, you know. Top team in game has only then a good KVK when they go a little bit in the underdog role in the allies. But it's not that I say Echo has to do that all the time. They did that multiple times. And that's why Echo is for me the top team in the game. Echo proved themselves. Fighting-wise, Echo is a super alliance. And they did not always go for the easy matchups. In this KVK, I think they did went for an easier matchup. But beside that's also totally legit when you fight at rough KVKs, right? But I do agree with what V is saying. That is the risk when you join that big alliances, that you have the boring KVK like that. That's why I hope we don't end up in the big KVK next season again. I don't want to be here anymore. Look at the cool TFS, BDO, Luno, KVK. Then we have the A2G BR 25 IW. There's so many good KVKs out there. BXS has a super good Dragon Zone matchup, which can be super interesting. And we, with the biggest KVK, are sitting into that here, kind of. That is why I don't want to end up here again. Hey, Fluffy. Here is Luno coming. Excited for Dragon. Is there any zone 3 invading plan in your KVK? Let me check that. I mean, here's anyway pretty much done. Is there anything possible through the past 5? Echo holding still the merit. I think they holding the merit record from last season, right? When they did a 2 versus 4. I mean, this season there was not much war. It can't be. But let me check. Luno is here, and that KVK. Luno has this on too completely. No, they are here going the past one. Let me check. This is the. Here is the zone 2. Luno, but Luno zone locked here. And we have here still ROG. Okay, so ROG is allied with TFS. So the question is Luno coming in here? So we have here the situation in this Luno, BDO, and NF57, when I remember that correct. So Luno could come in this past 5 and kind of help pushing ROG here. And we also have, let me check past 5 here. We also have WB, which can come in because WB, TFS, and ROG are allied to push NF57 in the back. So I think this will be the interesting Zone 3 fights here. And then we have still the ongoing Zone 2 fight in BDO and TFS. Yeah, Zone 3 invasion tomorrow. Same for us. Hi, Dafuk. Yeah, we children the record with 4.5 billion merits, and last season we broke our own record with the new record of 6 billion merits. How much of that? I would kind of see how much is really fighting merits, because if you talk about the end of season merits, I just see how many merits are farmed in that KVK. I kind of want to know how much are really fighting merits before I go for a record, but I feel like from last KVK till you had a 2 versus 4, I think pretty much a lot of it should be fighting merits, right? We were holding the record with Luno and WB will invade NF57 and ROG Zone 3 will be 2 versus 2 starting tomorrow. Lucky you! And you will also have a good Dragon Zone. I wish you most luck, Fluffy, but I think kind of WB is good. Do we need more for that Hydra? So I need to make something happen here. Let me check that. I didn't know that we have think I have still some time. Where are they all sitting around? So I maybe can just recall the alliance mine and do the layer politics real quick. But I feel like I would really like when they add the glory points and stuff again to the KVK for the stats, because people looking at merits rankings, and when I see how many merits here get farms on that KVKs, it's kind of, I don't know, some people fight it the same amount like we did, and they kind of gain merits the whole time from merit trading. So it is kind of the stats without glory points are kind of not, you cannot really see it, right? I hope I don't miss the start here during streaming. 6 billion zero trade. Okay, that sounds good to me.
We ain't going to Black Crow Gorge, are we?
Gotta go now. See you too, Fluffy, and good luck. Have a nice day. I mean, I do understand when you have to merit trade, for example, when you have a boring KVK and you have to merit trade to empty the store. Or maybe at the end when you don't hit the requirements, the 12 million merits or the 15 million resource kill that you need kill workhorses and stuff like this. This I totally understand. But some people totally overdo the merit trading. And there is no specific alliance I tell that to all the players who do that. It kind of feels weird to me. One of my best COD friends plays in Luno. I hope you're taking a good care of him, Fluffy Waffles. Which KVK are you in? Are you in the when you said you didn't fight the whole KVK? Are you in the? I think MFD has a boring KVK as well, right? That is the other boring KVK beside ours.
How come I ain't leaving any footprints?
Oh, have you? If anyone here in EIS here in my chat would be so nice to tell me when we start, I don't wanna mess it up, right? And maybe I have to change into the archers. I should have sent my bird to her. To be honest, I maybe changed that real quick. With long range warfare, that is now less. I bring my bird to her. Then I have not to pay so much attention, and now a little bit more tanky. We are sandwiched between two allies. So which I think you said that one time, but I forgot which is your alliance you're in. I think you told me. I know. I mean I even probably checked it out, right? Sometimes my memory is a little bit.
The merchant's guild doesn't work their mules this hard.
Now we have it. Buns EIS farm, Floyd? Buns is EIS farm. What do you mean? You mean our alliance shell, Floyd? Oh. Kirito, where are you? I scout you. Or I scout Sod. Or when I find Kirito, I will scout him. For the buff. Not even here. Let me scout scouts. I anyway always recalling the scouts. I don't even got an attack stone, but I think we're fine. It's just making this elite here. Is Buns part of EIS? Yes, Buns is one of our warband shells, right? We have EIS, EIL, EIK, and Buns. And hi, by the way, Princess, hope you have a good day. I'm having. You scouted Scott as well. 290 KOD. Oh, okay. we can look at that later. I just don't want to be here super late. I think we start super in time.
The Merchant's Guild doesn't work their mules this hard.
You sent me the location, Kirito, too late. I need now fully focus here, and I already scouted Sod because he was sitting there in front line so easy. Oh, Moma is the tank. Maybe I have to go a little bit more here.
Sun's a tad strong.
Poor me, poor me. You're not poor. You're not a. Can I make a rule that Kirito is not allowed to use the poor me emote? You're not poor me. In Germany we say, du hast das Faustdick hinter den Ohren. Okay. Kirito understood it because he speaks German.
Can't you work any faster? Couldn't you send me somewhere closer? Does your life mean that little to you?
Deutschland. Hey Kexi, how are you doing?
I've never been there before.
Big Max, stay and cover the cracks. Medusa didn't cover it as well. Guys, I see you. You're live on stream.
This won't hurt much. Sun's a tad strong.
I don't know how many stacks I have,
Couldn't you send
but
me
I will
somewhere
definitely go out of this.
Do you really think you'll survive this?
Sprechen Deutsch? No, I'm gonna. Why you guys do? We don't have it. We don't have the elite one made in the EIS shell. You know, with the shells exchanging and everything. I won't get the rewards either. I think we did the elite Hydra in EIK or in EIL. I forgot. So it's just for. So it's just for to having elite raid and so now this March can go home. I feel like we and RAC kind of cooked the seed 1 KVK and Diplo because we are not worse of top KVK, at least for now, and ended making this bad. I think it is not to blame you, you know. It is to blame the devs. To me, I kind of feel like, but we saw in the update, we get now that we can ally before, and I feel like that because the devs couldn't know that people don't make the right Diplo for it. Is this KVK matchup we have perfect? No, it's definitely not like the devs matched up our 6 kingdoms here. But would there be a better choice to make a Diplo? I think yes, you know what I mean? So it is kind of on the people as well. But with the new system, that's totally avoided. We don't have that Diplo stuff anymore. And that will be amazing. Or when you don't have markers and have you find the alliance mine. Oh, it's anyway soon done.
Someone needs my help.
She's a mage's min by using Bertrand versus Behemoth, just curious. I mean, so with the long-range warfare, yeah, right? You have 20% less physical attack, so you're kind of the same. And a Bird Tohar should be normal attack-wise, kind of not so much behind the archers. And this is a Behemoth no one cares about, right? This is a Behemoth we just had to unlock it because we didn't have in the EIS the elite done yet. So Bird Tohar, I'm streaming, reading chat, cannot pay fully attention. I just sent Bird Tohar because they're just a little bit more tankier and I can chill here. So it was not like that we are aiming for any goal for it, right? I mean, last time we did that pre-Diplo, it was also, oh, you Diplo win. Who said that? I think no one said that. I mean, last time we did that pre-sync for us as EIS, it just was not the happiest to see how it went with our allies. But that is something you cannot influence either, right? I mean, there was no one to blame about that. But I mean, I don't think that is something like that will happen again. I mean, Kong basically lost their 30 top players that were our allies. Pay to win. I don't know what they did that season. Just making a kick list of 100 players. No one was showing up. They didn't touch the pass to go in zone 3. They were totally. It was kind of a very doomed one. I mean, for us, it was still a good one. We had fighting from zone 2 till the end, but I do understand that in this KVK, Echo was not happy either, fights-wise, because they didn't get much. But I totally understand that from your perspective. No one cares about Behemoth nowadays, just New Dragon. That's true, Cax. Real reason is she got Orb maxed. I didn't. My Orb is still level 4, Shadows. And hola Majestic, welcome to the stream, guys. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream here if you're joining late. You know, you don't care about the 5 gold keys for top ranking. The thing is, I'm not an archer main, you know, so there was in the early game state, I gave up on the rankings. I normally go for all the free stuff. But it needs to be achievable. But even if you, for example, so let's look at this when you make that you don't even the top 5 don't get any more the rewards because it was already elite before. We just changed the shell, right? So it was just it need to be done. Where's Venue? Venue rank 12, what's happening? So, but you see, I want to just chill being tanky in that kind of, and done. I died! You did, Venue! Because no one takes that stuff serious, right? Is there a new resource? When you please bring us a new mana mine. Please, please, please. Level 4, I thought you maxed it long ago with that one event where you got the chest to choose. I have still the chest to choose. Because when I go for, I mean, now my plans maybe changed with the exemplar. I'm not sure if I'm going for the exemplar. When you can't, you're not in R4 position. But do me a favor and tell me here when we get a new mana mine. I can already get my march ready here. So guys, but I feel like there's not much fighting going on anymore, right? I mean, we look to the new update. It looks like some exciting changes here. I'm looking forward to a camp situation again. I like the map situation. I like you choose your allies before. Even if for example, we were not lucky in that season, that is what I mean. That doesn't mean that the system is bad. When you are in the one exceptions where people quit off your allies and stuff like this, it was still a super good KVK. I had a lot of fun there. But that is what I mean. The system behind it was super good. Terra
The
and
light shines upon us all.
Ordo.
Someone needs my help.
Super VIP, baby, yes. Omar, hello, welcome. What do you mean? You mean the SY VIP? Okay, yeah. COD is being abandoned by the players, or I'm wrong? Maybe we're going back to the Super VIP. I'm super curious. I feel like it is cool to use your stuff. I mean, we have a lot of honor points laying around here. Should we even choose the new format? I would like to play Shadow Dragon format again. Can we play the Shadow Dragon format again? If they have not adjusted the map, I think it's not cool to play. Then you can just do the... If you have the map advantage on the bottom, even if you are in the bottom team, it would not be exciting for me. If they don't fix the map issue on the Shadow Dragon, it is for me not an exciting season. And everyone wants kind of see how the new season is, right? The question is, can you use your VIP? I do assume so. They said that. You can use your honor points. The honorary membership system and using a new SVIP membership tier. Players who upgrade their SVIP will unlock the SVIP store. The store honor points can be exchanged for SVIP points, right? So you can use your honor points here in that store. Shadow Dragon isn't coming back. They don't want to give us the elixirs. Kirito saying, I have so much VIP points. I can think so. I have 1 min. Omar saying 1 min. You mean million points VIP? I hope if it's enough. The question is, guys, what I'm super excited about is players who will be used to purchase marching effects, battle cards, and profile decorations. Is the marching effect also giving buffs to the game, or is it only decoration and cosmetics? Because they announced in a separate point here, cosmetic system now available, and that is I think very only decorations and customs. But I think something like the battle cards, that battle cards could also be you can buy an attack buff that you have a 3% attack buff for 1 hour or something like that. I'm super excited. They made adjustments for treasury, sounds like Shadow Dragon format, unless it's implemented the same mechanic in their new format. They made adjustments for treasury. I thought that as well, Dafuk, but if you read correctly, first the Season of Strife 5 have the Frost Dragon again, right? So we are fighting the Frost Dragon. Here it says that, Frost Dragon's Eyes. So it will be kind of based something on Balleron, right? And it also said when you go down to the Timeless Treasury store where the adjustments they made. So many changes, can't even keep up anymore with it. Here, Timeless Treasury skill improvements. It is in the Season 3, the Timeless Treasury, they kind of increase the time. But that doesn't mean that as the Timeless Treasury will be there again. The season feature is not Way of Sun Yu. The season feature they already mentioned for the Season of Strife 5. The season feature is classes. To stand a chance against the Mighty Frost Dragon, you have the different classes. Probably kind of like talents, right? You get the camp versus camp team up mechanic again. It's nothing said about Paramount, so we have to see that as well. You get a new map. I mean, people who know all that history, I never watched the stories. They maybe know how the map will look like, right? We get a new Behemoth added. Nico will be good now. Yeah, Nico will be OP now. Nico get OP, but then they can't snipe streams anymore, and that's really fun. I want an Uno reverse card for when calves attack me. You mean you can just buy a card that calves can't attack you for 30 minutes or something like that? It would be funny. That's why I'm saying we might be able to choose between shadow format and new format. I don't think so. And even if it would make no sense not play the newest one, right? You always want to see there is a new Behemoth, you want to play the newest season. And I also, guys, this saves us the Diplo. This is a blessing. This is a blessing. The camp versus camp mechanic alone. If they didn't fix the map on the Shadow Dragon, the team who gets the regions on the bottom will just win the season. So that is kind of... I'm looking forward here to a team situation. And I hope they don't have the bugs like they had in the last team versus team, where I think on the left side it was not our zone 3, it was the zone 3 of the other side, Echo and Pay to Win, but Echo kind of took that zone over very fast. But in some KVKs, it was impossible to take over from the top team because a bastion placement made it impossible. Dev saw this KVK and said, okay, bring back team up phases. Yes. I think so as well. I think we will continue to have issues with matching until kingdoms get better tools to keep their servers free from dead weight and migration is made more accessible. I agree, Vi. The discrepancy between power used for making and real KVK power is biggest problem for fair matching. I mean, for example, if people really want to quit the game, it is against the toss to sell accounts. So give the people who want to kind of take a break from the game, give them an option in their account where they can say, okay, I'm not logging in for 30 days and I'm not counting in the matchmaking. They kind of do by their own suggest they don't participate in the next KVK, but they are not counting in the matchmaking either. Something like that it is at the end of the day, everyone wants a kind of balanced matchup. That is the goal of every kingdom, at least of 98% of the kingdoms. So it looks pretty good, guys. What is coming? And I mean, I can't believe they only buffed the archers, but the Garwood buff. The Garwood buff is make him super tanky now without a garrison, without a garrison skill anymore, and the way they buffed Nico is kind of insane. Nico's engineering is totally gone. There's Garwood's garrison skill is gone. Archers weak, they need buffs. Your king can get the dead weight out. Yeah, if the king pays a lot of money, but I feel like, is that a fair solution? I don't think so. That a king has to pay $400 to get the people who quit the game out. That is just something, in my opinion, what do not make sense. Dark saying, I don't think that's the goal of 98% of the kingdoms. I do think so. Who don't like a balanced catch up? Problem is also kings holding grudges, making it even worse to make balanced KVK. I wish game just force teams. That would be fun as well. Force teams, everyone together as allies who don't like each other. OMG, they would fight each other in zone 1. But it would probably not be possible because you have a warband or something like that. I'm telling you, speed is the key to Archer. Yeah, you're not whining. I have to give you that, Kaxi. Imagine TFS and Echo teamed. It would be interesting if they are forced allies or anything like that. You never know. But what do you think, Cax, as an Archer main? I mean, that change on Nico is huge. And we had it earlier, Cax. What is the best pairing for Nico now with that change? What is the best pairing for Nico? When you go through all heroes, Falgrim, Sybil, Kynera, what is the best pairing for Freygar, Syndrion, whatever? What is the best? Because I need to pair something with Nico. So please give me a reference when Magritte is already taken. Well, if you look at the Diplos, there are more imbalanced KVKs than balanced. If everyone's goal was balanced KVK, you wouldn't see that. I'm not only talking about a top KVK, in lower KVK, some of the 1 and 2 team up for 2 versus 4, etc. You haven't gotten to it yet, Kex? Yes, because you're late to the stream. You're late to the stream. We had that, we already read through everything. I mean, to give you a summary, we get that as VIP points, you can use your honor points. You get a little bit, I kind of like the improvement to the pets that we can buy more 0-star skills and 1-star skills. And they kind of say they improved that. You get better 8 slots with better attributes. We will see that. Everything else, we didn't figure out that yet, right? That is, did anyone read that? I read that really will only apply to servers in Season 1 or Home Realms. Maybe after we enter the Home Realm, that counts for us. I think they don't want to bring it in the current season. But it says seasons servers currently not in Season 1 will not be affected. But that means maybe only not affected in the season. Kynera Neeko. People said Falgrim Neeko is better than Kynera Neeko. But I have still to figure out. So we have some, we get more exemplars. It's going crazy here. I'm super looking forward to get that update here. Paradise basically means it will apply for our next season, not the current one. That is what someone said earlier as well, Paradise. So I think you guys are right. I'm sometimes from the English, how I probably get it not properly. I was afraid it don't come to us. So this season it won't happen. That's good. Devs shouldn't change mechanics mid KVK in my opinion. I mean, to our season it will not apply, right? Maybe we need make rough rouge rough. No. How do I say it correctly? And rough play a new game meta and bring new era of Mayhem. I have no idea what it. Can you say it for someone who is not main language English that I understand what you mean with that? I'm sorry. Sometimes when it's too slang or some stuff, I don't know the vocabulary. I do not understand it. I'm sorry. It's not mean bad to me. It's just on me. So does that mean, Kex, we don't want to have it explained? But yeah, new map, new team up phase. I'm looking forward to that. Paradise, that is not helpful either. Now you're coming with all the abbreviations I don't know either. Oh my God, guys. Time to end the stream. Time to end the stream, I think. If no one here is explaining me anything, it's better maybe we don't explain it on the stream. I can already see in what direction is that going. I can already see in what direction is that going. So, I mean, I'm super excited also about the classes. I hope it's not kind of a copy and paste from the talents. I hope there's some, I mean, spice up the game a little bit with some good new stuff. Season policies, they always come with super new choices, and then it's mostly pretty much the same. So the only new feature we kind of get is that class is here. And I hope they kind of bring something different. And also, please, devs, if you hear that, don't forget about the mages players. Don't forget about the mages players, but I will build up now archers. I mean, Kex, in your case, you're running Neeko Kynera, but I asked an advice for myself with not having a Sybil Falgrim. I need a pairing for Horsk, and if I would unlock any hero only, I need a pair for Neeko, sorry. So if I would unlock any hero, which one would it be? Would it be Falgrim or would it be Kynera? I kind of feel like that I get more out of if I would go for Falgrim, right? Do we have a mana mine? Here we have a mana mine.
A fine idea.
So that's pretty much it here. We talked a little bit about the update. I'm excited how it will look here. Looked a little bit at RFF and RAC. See no real Powerprint probably since AOE. Okay, good. I think so as well. Maybe someone can test that in the war for me, Cax. You can maybe do the testings for me. I'm at that point where I am good with my mages. Now I need to work on a second troop type. Since I'm not skilled enough to play calves, it will be the archers. Bad community going to riot again about something and devs remove all the new policies and just add the old one again. Hosk works perfectly fine with Gwan. Oh, I didn't know about that as well. Maybe I have to try that. Sorry, I can't come up with an explanation for the word at the moment. It's fine. It's fine. It's after 12 a.m. and my brain is a little broken. It is not you. It is probably me, you know? It is here. We are at 6:30 p.m. So it's maybe dinner time for me. It is totally on me, not on you. Oh God, what did you say? How can you use that word? That is a blocked word. Was I with your Jaka? I don't want to have anything to do with your Jaka. Keep it for yourself. Venyo. We have that word we have it different wrote on the block list here. My mod's going crazy here. Just kidding. So guys, everyone, thank you for watching the stream. Everyone is super exciting what the new update will bring. Mostly we have, that is only a first impression. I just wanted a little bit to know what the community, it's for me always super exciting to hear what everyone thinks about the new changes they make in the game. So thank you for everyone who was here. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, then you will not miss out when I start a live stream again. We will probably see us tomorrow. It kind of depends if it will be if there is some PvP or not. If not, we'll look at some other zones. So, yeah. I don't know what time exactly I will start streaming, but need to see. Will we get the Zone 1 invading here from Echo and RFF? Zone 3 invading? Sorry. Zone 3 invading from Echo and RFF here. We will see it. I'm super excited to see. Yeah, have all a lovely day. And there's adding no policies. There's trying to snipe something. Less free healing. We will see. Some good things in the update. I think some things, I don't know if they are so good. We have to see how it works out. And till the next time, I wish you a great day. Have an amazing day. Recover well. Paradise, thank you so much for subscription. I do appreciate that. Much love to you all, guys. See you soon again in the next live stream for some Zone 3 fun over there. Happy gaming and much love. Your princess.